And we are live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Andromeda Adventures. We'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday, whatever you're celebrating. Unfortunately, David could not join us tonight. He's spending the holiday week with family, and we fully support that. So we will have no Ume tonight. But the rest of us are here, and we are joined by, once again, with our new crew member, Andrew. Uh, Happy to have you in full swing. And we have Sev back. Welcome back, Sev. Happy to have you. Joe enjoyed his brief tenure with us as a guest star, and hopefully we'll be making more guest star appearances. You can go and check Joe out at Mythical Family on Twitch. They're an amazing group. Give them some love. And would like to thank our producer Nick and all of our Patreons before we get started. And with that, I believe we'll cue that intro. And welcome back, Chooms, to Neon Noir. We are still joined by our amazing crew here as we have been getting to know them. They had just finished their mission with the Corsairs, but before we dive in, why don't we talk to Bard a little bit about what happened before we left off on Neon Noir?
Oh, that's my cue. Got it. Sorry, I'm a little slow on the draw here. Yeah, I mean, the night or the day started out like any other day on an oil rig in the middle of the ocean right after a potentially lethal encounter with Nomad pilots that ended on friendly terms. You know, even finding the Corsair presence had set my hair on edge, but Captain Drago's romantic relationship with the police chief, the whole thing stank worse than the stand-up of a 3-day flatline bozo. I don't believe in coincidence or accidents, and in Night City I've learned it's better to attribute things to shady human intent than to human error. At that point, really couldn't help but wonder if there was some ulterior motive for sending us here. Someone on the police force wanted someone dead, but I might have bailed if I could afford it. But then I guess we were all there precisely because we couldn't afford to bail. I've got bills to pay, a lot of them. Anyway, the NCPD did come in with what sounded like live fire rounds, but before anyone freaked out, I picked up they were non-lethal, so apparently they were just trying to stun us into submission, which still not great. Bit of a waiting game ensued until they started chucking stun grenades and broke down the front door. I tried, and messed up, to chuck a paint grenade into their center, and it turned into a high-stakes game of hot potato that we won when Hex pulled this badass move of running through suppressive fire to grab the grenade at my feet, lob it into the center of the NCPD, and painted all of them orange. Night City's best, bit of a misnomer, to be perfectly honest. They really need to work on that training regimen. Anyway, post-exercise, the NCPD noticed holes in the dummy, and my brain started running on 1,000 different tracks about how that could go bad for us, since we were told. But I started explaining about the Corsairs, but Hex and Hume shut me up. Can't say I loved it, but in the aftermath, I mean, my brain was moving at the speed. My mouth was moving at the speed of my brain, and it's bad for anyone, but particularly me sometimes. I'd been handicapped by alcohol for like a year, slowed to a crawl, and when your max speed is 10 miles an hour, knowing how to corner and avoid accidents is less important. So clearly I need to work on getting my brain driver's license back before I shoot my mouth off again. Or, at that point, that was what I was thinking. Anyway, afterwards we headed to the afterlife and met up with Bruce. She had a new blood with her. Immediately gave an unhinged but possibly fun and useful vibe. Eyes that sparked with fire and scars that suggested her fire was as likely to burn herself as others. Covered with grease and calluses, some kind of techie, albeit one longing for either a fantasy connection or one she thinks she had and lost. Maybe family, maybe a loved one, don't really know. Can't pick all that up from just a necklace. Name was Nova. And honestly, after she expressed her excitement about meeting the front lady of Neon Pulse and Ume broke her little heart by saying that she wasn't in Neon Pulse anymore. That's basically where we left off, as Bruce was about to give us another job.
And that is where
That's
we'll
about
dive
it.
in tonight. As we jump in, Nova, you're bouncing around with Ume, who seems at least courteous to meet you as you're trying to convince her to go onto the dance floor.
It's
You
like
guys have
it's a
been.
total dream for Nova. Like this is like getting to meet your sort of like hero kind of thing, and like get to dance with them. So yeah, she's just sort of
Never meet
doing
your
her
heroes.
fangirl thing.
Never dance with them, especially.
The rest of you are standing there as I believe, Bard, you were handed the briefcase.
Oh yeah. I will open it up.
You see a few stacks of eddies.
I'll pass them around to the crew. I presume I would have passed Ume's to hers before she got dragged onto the dance floor. If not, I will just hold it for her. And as I am an
Bruce
honest
kind of
man,
holds up
when
her
I
hand.
take it,
Hey! You ain't supposed to be distributing that in front of me. You guys can handle that on your own time. I got business to handle with that one. Now come here, my little piranha. You've got my attention. As she's gesturing to Hex.
as I'm holding the money out for Hex, who's like dragged away. So if you die, can I keep this?
Oh, don't worry. I'll bring her back
down.
mostly in one piece if she plays nice.
I don't think Bruce understands. I turned to Reverend. I don't think Bruce understands what reassuring and not reassuring means.
Don't worry about it. As Reverend just puts his hand on Bard's to put the money back in the suitcase.
Yes, Bruce.
I'm waiting for all the other little fishies and tunas to swim along before we have our little chat.
All
Oh,
right.
you want us to go off the balcony? Okay, that wasn't okay. Let's find a table. How about this one over here? Suspiciously unoccupied since last time we sat there. It's almost like it's cursed.
Nova, you excitedly drag Ume onto the dance floor. And tonight, it is a cover band called the Raymonds that are playing a whole bunch of Ramones covers with
okay.
new synthwave instruments and chromed out.
Yeah.
Currently, they are doing a cover of Beat on the Brat.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just scream over the crowd. And just this is it. I like this one. It's okay. I can't hear you either.
Pretty much. As Bruce looks to Hex as everyone clears out and says, "All right, my little piranha, you got that look in your eye. Now why don't you come over here and sit down next to Brucey?"
Oh, I would love to. And I move over to sit right next to Bruce.
She kind of leans back, arm over the sort of glass balcony rail that the cushions lean up against, and kind of looks at you and says, "You seem like the type that knows a bit more about what's going on. A lot better than that loquacious savant you got over there."
Bard, he has his moments.
"Oh, I'm sure. Eyes like that can be useful. I'm thinking I got a few plans. But this next mission's it's a little sensitive.
I understand what you're saying.
Now,
I
I'm
would
going
lean you a
to
little bit
assume
closer.
that a smart lady like yourself that knows how to swim in the big waters is the person in charge with these idiots."
I mean, uh,
Or did
We
I
did-
get you wrong? Did I read you wrong? Should there be someone else I'm talking to? Or do you have the
No.
chomp to take on the bit to swim around?
I do, Bruce. I do. Yes, I do.
All right. I hope I'm not just speaking to some more chum in the water here.
No. I think we proved it. We gave the NCPD what for, did we not?
You did. I'm rather impressed. That's why I'm confident you can handle this next gig. You see, I happen to know of a little net runner, adorable little thing. Her name's Dare. You see, I don't know if you've heard, but recently, Joshua Brightman just got released from prison. Now, supposedly he was the Night City Stalker, but they could never prove it. Well, according to my money and according to my connections, Dare here's got enough evidence to prove it. All squirreled away in her little briefcase.
Hmm.
She wants to sell the
That
information,
is
make a bit of
dangerous.
money. Yeah, that's what I told her. So she's working through me. I'm arranging a little bit of a meet here, maybe in a week or two. I got a nice little safe house down in the combat zone to hold you guys up in for a little while.
Okay.
But thing is it's going to be a big negotiation. Now, as I said, this mission could pay upwards of 20K. I'm even willing to go above and beyond that if you do well enough. You see, I don't think Dare's the bon vivant type. She's not exactly a strong negotiator. You'll understand when you meet her. So it's kind of going to be up to you guys to negotiate with all the scoundrels swimming around trying to take advantage of her.
All
And I'll
right.
tell
I
you this
understand.
much.
Mhm.
I'll pay you 50% of whatever you get for this information. Now,
Oh.
I'm expecting at least 40K. It's worth it at least that much.
Okay. The information that Dare has, you believe is valuable up to 40K.
Oh, it could probably go more than that. It could go less than that. Depends on how good of negotiators you are.
Okay. I understand.
As I said,
Is
you end up selling it for 100K, you can make a quick 50. I'll give you 50% of whatever you negotiated. But there's going to be some big players.
Yes, I was just going to ask you. Type of information usually tends to be sensitive. What kind of heat can I expect?
Well, I'm not thinking there's going to be any heat. I'm limiting
Okay.
the information. Haven't told any of the interested parties where the meeting's going to be at. They're going to find out the night of. They'll all meet you there.
Okay.
Should be as simple as negotiating with a couple of big leagues and calling it out. There is one that's he's kind of high up. He likes to work with Mr. Kozlov a little bit, the Viper.
Mm,
His name's Mouse, and he tends to
okay.
be an intermediary. But I don't suspect he's going to be any trouble. I ain't going to authorize him to bring too many bodyguards. But don't let him force you into taking the information.
Okay. Don't
Just
let Mouse force us into taking the information.
yeah, got to have a bit of a spine.
Mouse is a spy?
No, I said you got to have a bit of a
Oh,
spine when dealing with Mr. Mouse.
spine. Sorry, I misheard you. It's loud in here.
It is. It's a good club. Not a big fan of the band that's playing, but I definitely like the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. You're not a fan of the punk rock?
Oh no, I love punk rock. Just think the Raymonds are a little bit mod for my taste.
Oh, I see. What is your taste, Bruce?
I'm a fan of the classics.
A lady with taste.
But that's all that it is for me. Just let me know when you're ready. Give me a little call. Here's my personal number, just to help reel you in a little bit.
Thank you, Bruce. I will keep a hold of this number. You will hear from me, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
positive I'm going to be hearing from you in the future. You see, I got big plans for you and your crew, and you, my little piranha, I'm reeling in one line at a time.
I've got my eye on you, Bruce.
She gives a classic shark grin, ear to ear, razor teeth.
I smile back.
As she begins to
If
play footsie with you a little bit.
oh, I've really got my eye on her now.
You mean she's playing flipper with you a little bit?
Little flipper. I love that. That's cute. All
Now, is
right.
there anything
Well,
else I can do for you before you get going? When you're ready, let me know. I'll give you the contact. I'll give you the address of where to pick up there. By the way, the password is fish are friends, not food.
Sure, friends, not food. Okay, I got it, Bruce. Um, do I need the address to pick up Dare now, or should I speak to my crew first?
Might as well talk to your crew, make sure they're in line, because the second I give you that address, you're stuck on the hook.
Got you. All right. Thank you, Bruce. I will go speak with my friends.
Yep, go swim along now. As she gestures for you to go. And kind of just licks her lips as she watches you leave.
Hey, I look a little bit like a mermaid.
As you're heading out, Nova, you're on the dance floor for a little bit. Reverend and Bard, you guys have grabbed a table and have a little bit of time to chat amongst yourselves.
I'm just gonna sort of look up at Reverend and so I realize I haven't like called in the last year or anything. How have you been other than the whole the trauma team thing?
Well, since your smart ass already guessed it, I was fired. More or less, I was framed for something I didn't do.
Know what that's like. Although I guess mine was probably less, well, traumatizing since it was just a corpo bastard saying I cheated on a test. Remember our school days when that sort of shit happened?
Don't get me started on that shit again.
I was always envious of you. You always knew what you wanted to do, right? You had like a goal in mind. I was just like, I think I like this. No, I think I like this. Like, this is interesting.
Well, it's easy to know what you want to do when shit happens, you know?
Yeah, I suppose.
Probably would have been easier if I didn't hang around your ass the whole time.
Well, yeah, but that applies to anybody who meets me, I think.
That applies to anyone who's willing to call you a friend.
Yeah, okay. I will grant that to you. That just meeting me is not sufficient. It's necessary, but not a sufficient condition for my various
meeting
things
you gets the headache started.
That's true. Yeah.
Being a friend with you, just eternal migraine.
Yeah, but I think only the people who actually like that kind of thing are friends with me for eternity. That's a big. That wasn't where we were, like, eternal friends. I thought we were just like best friends or good friends. But eternal friends sounds more spiritual, I guess.
Don't get me started, Bard.
Sorry. Like I said, it's been a while since my brain's been functioning. I think I'm just getting used to it.
What, being sober? Or...
Yeah, that's actually about right.
And as if on cue, Hex sits down with a drink. A whiskey. Sliding it in front of Bard.
Hey.
I
I think we should talk.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Go ahead.
Okay. I need you to start thinking a little bit differently about the truth. I want you to start thinking about it like it's like those eddies in that briefcase you're holding. The more
you mean
truth...
opening it up and distributing it to people immediately? Sorry. I know. It
just happened, you know?
The more truths that you stack up, Bard, in this city, the more rich you are. And the more rich you are, the more powerful you are. The more eddies that you just give away for free, the faster you're gonna end up bankrupt, which in this city means fucking dead. So I want you to start being careful how you spend your cash.
Oh, I agree. I was actually gonna try and talk to you about something similar. As he like sort of pushes the whiskey away from him and just I am
like surprised by him pushing away the whiskey.
He does light it
away.
He does light up a cigarette. But, I mean, you know this. I spent the last year either asleep, depressed, screaming into a void, or just too drunk to actually think. I think that stint on the oil rig kind of cleared up and reminded me of exactly what it's like to have a working brain. The thing is, with a working brain, you have to train yourself to use it right, and I was just out of practice. I was blabbing I was blabbing at the speed of my brain, which doesn't have time to think about consequences in the moment. So, I'll get there.
You're also really used to working alone, and you're used to not being an edge runner. And I'm sorry, what?
But we worked together before.
Yeah, but I mean, most of your jobs, you didn't work in a crew, you didn't work on a team, and you certainly weren't a fucking edge runner. That's why I'm telling you these things. Because you are now. And it's going to be different. And I know that it's going to be an adjustment.
Well, how about this? Obviously,
I just wanna
you're
keep
better
you
with
alive.
the shady side of things than
Well.
not even the shady. With the knowing what passes for currency in the city and knowing exactly what's going on and knowing how to talk to people who aren't just looking for information that they've already paid you for and is generally fairly innocuous, like where is my kid or where is my cat or who murdered my husband or who murdered X person. Actually, it was just a lot of murders, to be honest. Not many cats missing in Night City.
I knew you were that guy.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I sort of stopped taking cat contracts after I realized that for the most part, if a cat is missing, it either didn't want to be there or it's already been used for, other things. But which is sad in and of itself.
The horrible things you must have seen, Bard.
Assumed, deduced, not seen, thankfully. That would turn my stomach. But again, like, how about we do this? Like, we should maybe get a pair of comms or something, right? I can just observe from afar, or at least a distance, and feed you information if you're in a negotiation that could be useful for you. You choose how to use it. Or afterwards, I feed you information. I don't necessarily bring it up then unless I'm certain it would alter the negotiation in your favor. Maybe once I, again, learn how to drive my brain, I'll actually be able to take point a bit more if needed when it's appropriate. But until then, like...
As Nova and Ume come sliding over from the dance floor with the "Learn how to drive my brain" line floating in the air.
Oh my god, she's kind of sweating a little bit. She sees like an open glass that nobody seems to have claimed to
Oh,
whiskey,
no.
and she just like pounds it.
Yeah. Oh.
I cheer.
I hate those songs.
I knew I liked this girl.
Nova, take a seat. Welcome.
I scoot over on Rev and just like push him in the booth because they're circular kind of booths, right?
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
pushing him down to give room for Ume to sit down as well. So what's the plan? What are we doing? I'm so excited. We have a job, right?
Actually, we do. It
You can tell.
could very well relate to what you were just telling me too, Bard. All right. Well, there is runner by the name of Dare who has a briefcase full of information that's worth quite a bit of money, and Bruce would like us to help her with the negotiation. It
Information
could be,
about what?
I'm sorry, this is out of character. My notes are a little not great.
The Night City Stalker? Yeah,
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I was just helping you along.
Thank you. Yes, no, the briefcase is information about the Night City Stalker, and it could very well actually be evidence, because they never had evidence to put him away. So this briefcase is quite valuable. You could see where it could also potentially be a little bit dangerous. Now, Bruce says she doesn't expect any heat, but this is Night City. I'll never believe there's never going to be any heat, so we
While
should
this
be
is
cautious regardless.
Could I make a
Kind of
library
looking
search
at Bart a little.
with my data term link to see if there's any information I can find in the public records or newspapers about the Night City Stalker or the person who was...
Sure, make a library search.
As he sort of like sits back and you see his eyes flickering.
Do you have a Times Square marquee?
Yep, that's a 16.
Okay. So what you're able to uncover is a few years ago, there was a rash of murders. People started calling it the Night City Stalker, where someone would break into the house and cut up in horrible fashions the women that lived in those houses. All the houses had high-grade security, generally corporate zone targeted. And one of the lead suspects was a technician named Joshua Brightman. During the investigation, they were unable to find any evidence that he was the actual Night City Stalker. However, they did find that he had wiretapped several of the security systems that he had installed. and they charged him with invasion of privacy and wire tampering, putting him away for a few years. He was actually just released about a month ago, and it was big in the news about a month ago. People were worried that the Night City stalker killings would start up again. So far, they haven't. However, a couple of the scream sheets say that Joshua Brightman has been seen at several local Ripper docks cybering up.
I sort of smoke and just I say, okay, so murderer, like he's just speaking out loud, murderer who cuts up women, breaks into high security systems, was apparently a techie, and is now getting cyber after his recent release from prison for wiretapping illegally. Hex, do you have like a Ripper contact you could go to see if they've maybe made contact with this person and what kind of gear they were buying?
I certainly do, but information's never free.
Fair enough.
I'd be happy to contact him still, though.
Well, is the stalker the actual job, or is it the information we're after?
It's really well, it's not. Yeah, it's the negotiation is the job. We're.
Well, to be specific, you're supposed to keep Dare safe and negotiate on her behalf.
Yeah. And Bruce believes she knows about what the info could be worth up to, so we are well advised to not settle for less than that. And there is also this person named Mouse. I don't know, Bart, if you have the ability to find out anything more about him, but
do I know a person named Mouse, Frosty, in the criminal or like general underworld of Night City? I guess it would be a streetwise check, or
Make a streetwise to see if you've ever even heard of him.
So are we selling this information to Mouse, or Dare selling it to him?
15. They're probably not.
I'm sorry. That's a really good question.
So if I can, so Mouse was gonna be somebody who might try and steal or like take the information by force, and we were.
Yeah. He's a complication.
So what you've heard. Sorry, go ahead, Hex.
Oh no, you go ahead. I'm sure you know more than I do.
So, Bard, what you've heard on the street, you've heard the name Mr. Mouse. Supposedly, they're fairly high up with the corporations, specifically Arasaka. But that's all you've heard.
All right. So he's an Arasaka Corp. Okay.
Does dealings with criminals, probably your best guess is just a corporate fixer. Works between the corporations and the shady underworld. Why Bruce thinks he'd be interested in the information? No clue.
I think Bard can make a deduction about that, but that's that's obviously not a skill check. It's just like what I
and then Hex, what you know about the job is you're supposed to keep Dare safe. Dare has the information.
Yep.
She's arranging a meet between Dare, you guys, as one side, and all of the interested buyers for the information. You guys are supposed to keep Dare safe during the meeting and negotiate on her behalf because Bruce doesn't think Dare would do good negotiating.
Right.
So there is a slight problem based on what the data terms say, which is that if this stalker is indeed the suspect, he has a history of wiretapping things, and it's not out of the possibility that if this is a bunch of corporate people who are interested in the information, which makes sense given that the victims of most of the stalker attacks were corporate individuals, and these might be people with a beef, it's possible the perp might get information about the meeting, which would be an additional complicating factor.
Well, first we're gonna have to, I guess, meet Dare. we're handling security as well as negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
Since Dare's the package, from what you've told us, Hex, we don't even know where we're meeting or who we're all meeting.
Oh, well, we will. If we need to agree that we would like to accept the job, which is going to have a payout of about 20K.
If Bard was drinking, he'd do a spit take, but he is not, so he just spits the cigarette out of his mouth.
Nova will spit take.
I'd kind of do this like, and notice he keeps his mouth closed because he's.
Reverend's looking between Bard and Nova. God, I'm stuck with these idiots.
Think
We're
how
gonna need
many
more
katanas
drinks.
you could get with that bar.
Well, I definitely want the job. Well, I need to pay bills first, but again, if we're going to be doing protection work, I was going to say it might behoove us to spend the money that we just earned getting a couple more pieces of gear. Like, I do know I would appreciate a sharper katana if that's something you, Hex, or Bruce could do. And he kind of like opens his jacket and just like this old fucking 6-shooter there, and like this thing is not. If he's even remotely cyber, this is going to be more of a intimidation policy than.
Oh, hand that thing over. Let me see. Let's see it.
Don't do this in the bar. God damn.
I
do
clear
I,
out
Frosty,
the table.
Do I know
the
that
drink.
like? Do I know like again? Is putting a pistol on the table in Afterlife, if it's not loaded, like, is that considered bad?
Make an awareness notice check.
This at least I can do.
This sounds like the kind of thing that Nova would love to.
I just
It
have to
depends.
say this. Just because it's unloaded doesn't mean everyone else around you knows it's unloaded.
25.
It's got one of those red tips.
There are people walking around with pistols in
Okay,
the bar.
cool. Okay, I just slide it over to Nova, just easily, you know.
There's
I pick
one
it up.
guy that everyone's kind of keeping their distance from that's got a rifle over his back that kind of looks grumpy sitting at the bar.
Yeah, especially because this is not like a big AP. It's an old Western 6-shooter, right? It's a llama pistol. It's not a.
Yeah, I pick it up and I'm just gonna start kind of taking it apart, just so I can just like see what it looks like, make sure that's not loaded, and then I'll put it back together.
Make a
like,
weaponsmith check.
Okay.
If you fumble, all I want, spring for the gun, just.
Oh my god. Don't
I'm gonna have
fumble.
this is my first roll. It's my first roll, friends.
Let's go.
Yes,
Nova.
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 So let's just okay. So Frosty, which button do I push?
You go scroll down to weaponsmith and hit the word weaponsmith.
Okay, just hit the word. Okay, weaponsmith. No modifiers, right?
Right.
Okay. I got a 26.
Wow.
Damn, that's enough to repurpose it if you add your tools.
I was just
Alright.
examining it.
Yeah, it's in good working order, good condition, unloaded. As you look like a seasoned professional, just field stripping this gun apart and then putting it back together right there in the middle of nowhere.
As I raise it
without
up,
even
it's
looking
like,
at it, like you're just like fiddling with it in your hands.
Yeah,
watching
I look down the
like-
barrel as I pop it open, and I just pop it back, and I slide it back across the table.
I
think
mean,
we could do something with that. Maybe?
based on that field strip, any work you could do with it, I would trust you to do. Is this a payment or a favor owed thing, or just something you just enjoy doing? It kind of seems like it's something you just enjoy doing, right? Like how I just like look around and spot things and spout them out or not spout them out. I say to Hex, like, keep them
Yeah,
as
he's learning
leverage.
already.
I'll look around, and I'll look at Hex and Reverend and Ume and Bard, and I'll just say, "Yeah, sure, let's do it. Yeah, I don't care.
It's a good payout.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's
we're
a
all
job, yeah, sure.
a team, right? Like
Yeah.
we can all just be absolutely.
We are family.
There you go.
I'll look at Hex twice, and I'll say, "Wait a minute, don't I know you?"
You know what? That pink hair does look rather familiar.
Oh shit! You live right next door. You live right across the hall, don't you? Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh. You're the
I'm,
one with the apartment that explodes occasionally.
Yeah, actually, I'm really sorry about that. Look,
Anything I should be worried about? Are you okay?
no, it's just experimenting. It's just experimenting. But look, on the job, if and you can tell like she's visually excited. If you need anything that like to blow up, just let me know. Just like point me in the direction, and I'll make it blow up.
Do you show off your happy balls?
No, I don't have them with
Wait,
me.
what?
Okay.
Actually, yes, I'll pull one out.
Don't pull your balls out at the bar.
I'll pull one out and I'll put it on the table, and it's a pineapple grenade, with like all the bumps.
Oh,
And they're in like hyper pink flash paint. Are painted these big eyes and a big mouth on it, and I'll pull the pin and I'll hand it to Hex.
You pulled the pin.
Yeah. Except
Wait, okay.
Except Frosty, before I should also mention, but hopefully she doesn't know, is that this is just the casing. It's not actually explosive.
I was gonna say,
just carry it around with me.
Can I do I know that, or do I need to run real fast? Because I would run if
I mean, you're still holding the
Yeah,
grip.
still make a heavy weapons check.
Which
Who,
one?
me or Melanie?
And all of you.
Okay.
heavy weapons.
Oh, the party has started.
15.
There's heavy weapons.
Just every check I roll except for awareness is
10.
15, and my
10.
awareness
I
is
don't
always a
know
25.
anything. This is a live grenade, in my opinion.
Sev, what was your roll?
18.
So
Terror.
Sev, Reverend, and Bard, you guys know that as long as the clamp stays down, it won't light the fuse. But Hex, you're handed a live grenade.
Hex, keep your hand on the spoon.
I
Do
am.
not let go.
And you just see this big smile on Nova's face.
Can I do a human perception check? Maybe then. Maybe I know she's full of shit.
As long as you put the pin back in, it's fine. But I would say you wouldn't have had time to make an unmodified grenade. You meant to.
Oh, so it is actually live.
Yeah. But you can
fuck.
just put the pin back in.
I'll just grab it from her. Oh, I'm just fucking with you, and I'll put the pin back in. Put it on my bandolier. I've got.
I'll kind of smile and just, oh yeah, that crazy vibe I got that I will in the future mention to the radio host. That was accurate. He says,
We
breaking
have
the fourth
a
wall.
live wire with this one. Oh boy.
Hey, if she can improve our weaponry and otherwise blow people up, I mean, neither of those are my specialty, so I say she's an asset to the crew.
Thank
Yes,
God
she
Reverend
is.
wears a
Just
mask.
don't hold out your hand if she tries to shake it next time.
Here, take this. Let's do an experiment. I'll say, here, take this.
No,
and
hot
you'll see
potato,
what you
hot
get.
potato.
Potato.
Bart is going to casually just open his Forensics for Dummies book and start reading over it, like in the background, like one cyber eye on it, the other's on the people, just like to make sure that Nova doesn't roll a grenade in my direction while I'm trying to read.
Okay, but it is too loud, too noisy, and too many flashing lights to read well enough to learn.
Oh no, I know. I was doing it for flavor, not to actually. I don't have time to learn with this, Frosty. I'm just like, he's like, okay, like let me.
He's just the guy that pulls a book out at the bar
At the
and
bar,
starts reading.
Now that you've seen Mr. At the Happy Ball, let's get some more drinks. How about?
Oh, yes, I definitely need a drink now.
I'm good.
Drinks.
Drinks. I'm with this.
I'm just gonna stick with good old fashioned illegal drugs. No.
Illegal drink. You need me to call Cassidy?
No. I was making another one of those
who's
things. What do
Cassidy?
the humans call it?
Oh, he's a good
Jokes. I
friend
was
of
making
mine.
a joke.
He's full of party things. Lots of favors.
Oh. Is Cassidy your dealer?
I think he's just about everybody's dealer, frankly.
All right. I think I'm gonna like this group.
We can get a little wild.
Hex,
We haven't had any explosive rounds though yet, so
Hex,
I don't think
we've ever been as wild as this one here.
Oh yeah, if you do modify the gun, by the way, Nova, like I would prefer no explosives on or in it, just because again I'm bad with them. I've shown that time and time again.
I just look at him like I'm hurt, and it pains me, and I'm just like, do you tell a master artist what to paint?
From what
I
I
said
know,
I said
yes.
I would. I said I would prefer. Having said that, it is your art and your workshop, so I can do nothing to control what you do
good.
once you're in there.
Oh, good. Who's getting drinks? What's happened with drinks?
I can go get drinks if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Sounds good.
Point of order,
All
Frosty.
right.
How do we insert money into our accounts and use it to pay?
Go to a data term.
Okay, cool. If there's
as-
one nearby, I would do that at some point in time.
There'd be a data term in the afterlife.
Okay, I'll put my money in there, and then I'll pay 1,000 for my insurance because I don't want if another live grenade gets handed to me and my hand gets blown off, I want to make sure that my health insurance is up to snuff.
That's going into my note.
I'll
Bard
pay
immediately
the
pays
1,000
his
for my insurance.
insurance.
As you
I'm
guys walk up to the
6,000
bar,
something in debt, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
Hex
By the
and
way,
no-
because it's a booth, Nova crawls over the top of the table to get out. She doesn't ask anybody to move.
Right back.
Live wire, like I said.
I'll grab Hex's arm as we go up to the bar.
Yes.
as you guys are walking up, you see Lloyd kind of lean over as he finishes some drinks. Ah, my favorite young lady. How can I help you?
Oh, Lloyd, it's good to see you, my guy. How's it going?
It's going well. My club is always hopping.
Oh, I see. I know you're always so busy. You're one of the best bartenders.
I try.
Uh,
So, I hear you and your crew just completed a rather interesting job. Would you like a round of night cities?
Oh, I'd love that. Have you met my friend Nova?
I have not.
Hi.
It's
This
nice
lovely
to meet
pink-haired
you, young
lady.
man.
She called me her friend. And we didn't just meet each other. We've lived next to each other for a long time.
She's technically my neighbor.
Well, one should always make friends with others in their neighborhood.
It's good to have connections in this city.
So, a
Which is
round
how I
of
know
night
Lloyd.
cities. Anything
Yes,
else? I
please.
assume you're not drinking SoCals.
No, we are definitely not. I'd love a round of night cities, please.
What's a SoCal?
Water and alcohol.
Oh. No.
It's rather
uh,
boring, but it's... There are those plain enough to enjoy its taste.
No, I don't think I've ever had something like that.
Would you like a killer then, young ma'am? Young miss.
Yeah, let's do that. What's that? Yes, let's do that.
He pulls out 5 little metal rings and sets them on the counter. Picks up a glass and then steps to the side and says, "Toss the rings and find out."
I look at Hex almost for permission.
Oh yeah, do it. I want to see what happens.
I grab a ring, and it's like a ring toss, right?
Yeah, you toss rings onto bottles of booze and then mix them all together.
Okay. So there's 5 rings. I'm just gonna like overhand chuck one right at a drink.
It just pings and bounces around before hitting a bottle.
And then I'll do the rest of them as well.
So you get schnapps, blue curacao, tequila, triple sec, and vodka.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
it's
he takes
basically
those
it.
and pours them all into a drink as he begins mixing the night cities, which are just little shots, and setting them onto a platter for you guys. Will there be any other drinks? Hex.
Oh, I think that's all for drinks. Though, I was curious. Our last job, we worked with a gentleman who told me I'd hear some things about Brucey. I was wondering, you work here, so you see a lot of her. Anything I should know? Be aware of? Anything you've ever heard?
Well, have you read in the papers about some of those brutal maimings, the bodies found from animal attacks?
I actually, Frosty?
Make a streetwise.
Okay. should know about that. I'm also gonna spend a luck because it seems like I won a 19.
Yeah. Those shark attacks weren't shark attacks.
Oh, interesting.
She has a style with dealing with people who disappoint her. But
I'll be
those
sure not
that
to
stay on her
disappoint
good side tend to rise with her. I believe she's actually looking for a crew that's capable enough to help her rise in ranks. She hasn't been very satisfied with being third string and is looking to make the big time. But in order to do so, she needs talent that has been lacking recently.
I see.
She pays well. She's a straight shooter. She lives by a certain code of honor, but very little moral compunctions. I've never known a job she wouldn't take.
I see. Okay. Well, I'm like thinking about Bard a little bit in the back of my head. I
And
appreciate
if
your...
you guys catch her attention and she wants to climb the echelon upon your backs, she could take you pretty far, but there's a lot she'll make you do.
I'm sure there's always a price to be paid in this city. Nothing is ever free. And I would give him like 100 eddies for his information.
It says she tends to clash a bit with Kozlov. Both of them.
Ah. Oh. Do you think she has her eyes on his position in this city?
Doesn't everybody?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you'd be king.
And that's what everybody wants.
Yeah. Heavy is the crown, though. Always a price to be paid.
At least Kozlov is a level of evil that you understand and that is negotiable.
Ah, are you concerned about what that might do to Bruce? Or who she could be in that position?
Let's just say I don't think anyone but Kozlov should be in that position.
Well,
If
that's
his
valuable.
brother Rasputin was to take the throne, it'd be a bloodbath for Night City. Much the same if Ironclad took
Power
over.
vacuum.
The slaughterhouse would take over all of the other street gangs. The combat zone would double in size.
You're right.
What Bruce would do in that position? Speculation. I doubt she'll ever reach it.
Well, we shall see, Lloyd. She does have new talent on board. And I like wink.
At that point, Nova will have down the whole thing and put it. Oh, that!
I am like looking at her in mild terror. Like, is she gonna be all right?
I'll slide the glass back over
So-
to him and send one of those to Bruce. She'll want one of those. Ooh.
So the Night Cities and the killer and two killers end up costing you about 50 eddies.
Excellent.
Yeah. Can I just pay for all of that myself?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I want to do it as a goodwill.
Inside, as you look at the shots, it's a brown liquid with a clear liquid floating over it. There's a few drops of a oily reddish substance and a worm.
In the Night Cities?
Hex, or Nova, make a Streetwise if you want to know what's in them, or a Mixology.
Oh, okay, let's see. I don't think I have either of those two things.
Mixology would be an expert skill. You can add it
no.
if you like.
No, then. But Streetwise is a thing I can roll. I don't know that I have
Yeah.
anything in it, though, right?
Yeah, you can always roll. You could even roll Mixology even if you don't have it.
Could I roll a
Streetwise.
mixology?
Yeah.
11 is what I got.
I
So
just
you
want to
wouldn't
see what
know.
happens. 23! Oh, I am meant to be a bartender, baby.
I'll give you
Sorry.
6 IP for that, as it is tequila, wood alcohol, several drops of turpentine, and 1 worm. That is what a Night City is. They're
Oh
a
my
classic
God.
drink.
Did I hear turpentine?
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of cocktails in Night City
Clean
have
up
like
your-
fucking antifreeze in them. You know, it's a weird time to be alive, and it's
Well,
a time when being alive doesn't last long.
Antifreeze makes sense. All the cyberware.
I don't think that's what they're putting it in
Yeah.
there for.
So after I pay for all the drinks, I'm gonna take over the Night Cities, and I'll take them over to the table, and I'll start passing them out to everybody.
Be careful with those.
I again just slide mine away.
What?
Thank you for the offer. I've only
He
just
seems
gotten
to
my
be-
brain back, and I kind of enjoy having it.
She looks a little offended, and she
I-
takes it and she just starts drinking it instead.
Not
It's a
on
shot.
you. If you had seen me a little bit ago, you would know what I was talking about.
Make her
He's
resist
turning-
torture drugs, Nova.
Oh
turning a
God,
new leaf.
what? Torture drugs?
Actually, do I have to make that to not drink out of curiosity? Like as much as I'm trying to?
Yeah, you would. With all the booze around you, you're an alcoholic, yeah.
I'm gonna put 2 luck on this. 43.
God
What?
damn.
Bard is
That-
just like, nope, done.
Where?
How much IP do I get for that?
God, it's so hard to find the skills
it's
on
nothing
this.
special, so just
Torture.
the 3.
What?
Drugs.
Just the 3.
Oh, damn it. Well, it's
What?
still enough to raise my IP by raise my skill by 1.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
Oh no, wait, I'm 1 away.
14.
14. So you are trashed, Nova. Like
I
you've-
was worried.
you've had a lot of alcohol in a very short amount of time. So you are at -2 to all of your actions, and just whatever you picture yourself as being, the Nova as being drunk off her ass. Is she a woo girl? Is she depressed? Is she hitting on everything that moves? Is she
wait.
talking to the plants?
What?
There aren't
Tell me-
any,
tell
but
me.
She could still be talking to them.
Observing
It's up to
Nova.
you.
What kind of drunk is Nova? I want to try and see what I can learn about her personality from what kind of a drunk she is.
Yeah, she's a partier for sure.
Okay.
Like loses her inhibitions for sure. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the inhibitions that she so has in place all the
Yeah,
time.
right.
Regardless. They are
Yeah.
lost now. It's a tragedy. See Bart just muttering to himself, like,
Lost a shoe somewhere, shirt's inside out, a tie manifests around her head.
how did that
I-
get there? And Bard starts like investigating how the tie got there. Starts moving around, like, what did you see? Where'd you see it?
Yeah, I think the music will just sort of like take me. I'm just gonna go back to dancing, I think. As like slowly certain pieces of clothing start to come off in the crowd.
God damn it.
I would tell Hex, yeah, go tell Bruce we'll take the job. I think everyone was on board with it, and do ask her about the cuddy and also AP and comms, I guess, for the group. I know I can't get any cyber until I pay Big Bo back for the arm, which I have been spending on alcohol instead of that. So that's another reason not to drink right now.
So you're thinking like mastoid comms? Is that?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Okay.
it does seem like a viable option, especially in terms of like if I'm going to try to be in your ear or.
Well,
Yeah,
also
see,
the
that's
fact
why I
that
was
seems
saying,
like we're
like-
going to be working together. They'll come in useful down the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can already see pretty far with my eyes, so hopefully that'll be enough. Not sure if I can lip read. I actually don't know what skill that would be in Cyberpunk.
Probably
Be a
lip reading.
custom skill.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like mixology was. That's why I really wanted to roll for it.
I'm gonna just, for the future reference, I'm gonna add that because it's something I want Bard to learn.
We'd have to figure out which stat it goes under, but yeah.
Probably intelligence would be my guess, based on everything else,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
Yeah.
it's
Like
like
it.
yeah, it's patterns and it's not about like the human emotion. You're literally just seeing how the organ moves. So
I did put mixology under intelligence. Is
Yeah,
that where it would
yeah.
go? Okay, cool. Sweet.
It'd probably be a tech skill, actually.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Especially with the turpentine in there.
I'm curious to see what Nova does with Marlowe.
She's just in the background. She's got her shirt swinging around.
Because it'd be similar to chemistry and pharmaceuticals. It's just alcohol based, so.
Yeah.
Oh no, Marlowe's the name of his gun.
It
Andrew.
still would have been like the same base stat too, so it works. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah. Why don't you go tell her we'll take the job? And did you give a time frame? Like when we have to go meet with this person? Do we have any time for you to recover from your injuries?
That's actually a really good question. We do need to establish a timeline, and we need to establish the location in which we need to go meet Dare. I don't know if we're gonna have any time to recover or not, frankly, and
Well,
I've been putting on a brave face, but I've got some cracked ribs, and then I think, Rev, you don't look like you're feeling so hot either.
look,
Out of character,
we'll figure
Bruce
that
did
out.
say we had like a week or so. Like it's until the meeting was arranged. So even if
Yeah.
we tell her we're taking the job, we can't go there immediately.
Well, we need the money no matter what, so
Oh,
may
yeah,
as
no.
well go tell her we'll take the job and just make the most of our time.
I was just thinking
Right.
I'd prefer to take the job with a big sword rather than a small knife.
Yeah.
Right. I know. You want a katana. I know.
And I can try and patch us up a bit more while we wait.
Cool. All right, well, I will let Bruce know that we are taking the job. Sounds good. You.
And
So you're walking over back to Bruce?
Yep, I am.
All right.
Wherever I went, I don't know. This place
As
is
you
big.
walk up into the VIP lounge, you see her pulling has the clownfish that she had under her feet pulled by the leash up close and is like licking her cheek and is like, you know you like to fight, yeah. You just keep putting up, keep causing all these trouble, and it's just gonna get worse for you. We're gonna have to teach you a lesson when you get home. Don't want you getting thin rot. Gotta take care of you, my little girl. Oh, looks like we got company. You know your position. And pulls her down and puts her feet up on her.
Aw, what's her name?
Betty.
Betty? Oh, Betty's so cute. I will sit down right next to Bruce and say,
No,
We'd like to
no.
take the
Put your
job.
feet up as she hits the clownfishes in the butt and has her walk over to act as a stool for your feet.
I will very lightly place my feet on the clownfish. Gently. We would like to take this job, Bruce.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now,
I had a
we
feeling
had-
you might.
it pays well. I think we're smart enough to know a good deal when we hear one. I think that's why you might have your eye on us.
You seem like
I-
the sort that might be able to do a lot.
I'd like to think so. So, did you say we had about a week before this negotiation goes down?
No. Yeah, not exactly. You see,
Okay.
as soon as you take the job, I need you to go get Dare
Okay.
from her house. And then I need you to take her to this nice little safe house I've got established in the combat zone.
Got you. Okay. Okay.
Now, it's plenty out of the nowhere. It's a old apartment condo complex, high-rise, that didn't quite get finished before the whole collapse and the combat zones kind of swallowed it up. But I pay
Gotcha.
a few people in the area to help keep it off of the radar and to keep it clear of any trouble. But you get there, you take her there, and you sit tight for about a week or two.
Okay. I got you. So
I'll
we're
call
going to
you-
be babysitting for about a week or so.
About.
Okay.
I'll make the arrangements, find out when all of the big players can meet up. I'll send them and tell you guys at night that they're all going to be showing up.
Okay.
They'll all show
perfect.
up. They'll all negotiate. Winner leaves with the package.
Got you. All right. We will keep Dare safe in the meantime and negotiate on her behalf.
And I hope I don't have to tell you that that information is valuable. You run off with it.
Oh, I'm Chum. I already know, Bruce.
That's a
I'd
smart
never
guy.
cross you.
She kind of taps you on the cheek.
Like I said, I know a good deal when I'm being offered one. I wouldn't cross you.
So Dare's got Dare has a student apartment down in the University District.
Okay.
She lives right off of... Oh, what was the street again? Sorry, I have to look up the street.
Oh, you're fine. I'm taking notes.
Nova kisses somebody random on the dance floor in the background. As
She lives off
the
of
camera
19th
sort of
and
catches
Asimov.
19th and Asimov. Okay.
Unit
Perfect.
267.
267.
What was that password again?
Fish are friends, not food.
That's my good girl.
And did you have an address for where we need to take her in the combat zone?
Oh, not that there's an address left, but yeah, here you go. And
Yeah, an approximation, I suppose.
Yeah, she gives you the approximation.
Okay. Perfect. Sounds good, Bruce. You will be hearing from us.
You'll be hearing from me when I get that meeting arranged. Hopefully you get to the combat zone in one piece. By the way, speaking of which, just in case, how are you planning on getting there? Do you need me to rent you all a car?
Oh, actually, that would be fantastic. And while I have you in the mood for good graces, could I trouble you, perhaps, for some AP ammo and a mono katana? Since things might get hairy, perhaps we are going to be protecting Dare.
Oh, I suppose I could be talked into getting you those things. How soon do you need them?
Well, we're gonna be sitting on this girl for about a week, so within that time frame.
She kind of looks up and kind of into the air and she says, you know, normally I charge a pretty hefty finder's fee for that kind of stuff. But, considering you're doing the job, I suppose you pay me $500 now.
Okay.
I'll arrange for a delivery van to show up at Dare's. Nice unmarked burger van. You guys can ride around in that for the time being. I know a guy owes me a favor. That will have all the special condiments you're asking for. And that you pay
Extra
me
relish. For. Yes, ma'am.
And that'll cover the van rental and finder's fee.
Okay.
But you'll owe me a date.
Oh, Bruce. What kind of date you, will you like movies?
I was thinking something a little more exotic, but I'll let
Oh.
you imagine.
Alright. It's a deal, Bruce.
Let's just say I know a good sushi place.
Oh, I like your style. I knew you were a classy lady. Okay, let's see. The 500 for, okay. And a date. 500 and a date. All right, Bruce, you have a deal. Bart
See,
fucking
I knew you
owes
looked
me,
like a
too.
smart woman.
I am. All right. So then we will be hearing from you in the near future then.
Yep, you get
I
there.
will-
I'll call you as soon as I got the date arranged. You just
All
gotta
right,
keep
sounds-
Dare safe until then.
Sounds
You know,
great,
because if
Bruce.
this guy is the Night City Stalker, who knows what happens if he finds out what she's got.
I know. Kind of why we wanted the Monokatana. Just in case. Alright, I don't mind a little bit of danger. And the crew, I think, is familiar with it now, too. I'll grab
No.
them and we'll head over to Dare's.
Before you head out, I gotta ask you a little something.
Yes.
You'd, of course, let your friend Brucey know if anybody in your crew was planning on screwing things up, wouldn't ya?
I like to think that I would stop them from screwing things up in general, yes.
That's a good girl.
I try to keep them in line. It's not always easy, but yeah.
Uh, um, if I might, Frosty, I'm gonna punch somebody on the dance floor.
Roll a brawling or
Okay,
martial
okay.
arts.
When I
I
see that
love
happening,
Nova.
Bard is gonna get up and move over and try and intercede. But I'll let Nova do this for a second.
You don't
But
touch me like that, asshole.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah, roll
wait,
brawling
How
or your martial
how
arts.
old does Nova look? By the way, I have to ask before I try this line. But
by
Oh,
the
that
way,
wasn't to Bard, by the way. She punches somebody and
no,
she's accusing them of
I know,
touching him.
but I'm assuming with his awareness, he would see this happen,
Well,
and
make
he's
an awareness notice.
I was just
Okay.
gonna ask if I noticed that she's getting ready to throw down on the floor.
You're a bit distracted, so you would
Okay.
not. But Nova, please
Yeah, I
roll
gotta
a
brawl,
brawling or your
31?
martial arts.
reflex, brawling.
Oh
Okay,
my!
cool.
Of course he notices. Like you better do something.
I got a 17 for
31.
brawling.
Yeah.
So
She's got a decent right hook.
the chick that's next to you has no idea that this is coming, so that's going to hit. Roll 1d6 divided by 2.
Okay. 1d6. I'll just roll a d6. Oh, I got a 6.
So
I love
2
having
damage.
her.
What's your body bonus? It should be under
Well,
combat.
I got a
0.
6, so divided by it'd be 3 damage, right?
It's or 3 damage. Yeah, that's right. Divided by 2.
Okay.
Yep.
And then my body?
Under combat,
Yeah,
in the top right, there's a location roll. It says BTM and then damage plus. What is that plus?
-1.
So you do 2 points of damage
Okay, so it was 2.
as you blacken some woman's eye, and she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch?" And she's
Don't
gonna
touch
try
my
and
titties
punch
again.
you.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. So after whatever she does, I'll act, obviously, because I couldn't get there that fast. But well, actually, my movement's pretty fast. But yeah.
You
Yeah,
could
that's-
make a dodge escape roll.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Hilarity ensues.
My movement is actually enough to get there fast. So wow.
Dodge, escape. I know it's over here on this side somewhere. Wait. Dodge, escape. There it is. No modifiers. A 14.
So she hits you.
Okay.
As she punches you, and you hit her in the arm. So you bruise her arm, and she hits you in the torso.
Bitch. Right in the boob.
Yep, punches you right in the boob for 2 points of damage. Minus
Does that
your
mean I-
body type modifier or any armor.
I don't think I have any armor at the club, and I've been taking clothes off anyway, so I guess I just have 2.
And then what's your BTM?
-1.
So you take 1 point of damage.
Oh, okay. Okay. So and that just goes under the light, right?
Yeah, you just fill in the first bubble.
Okay.
And she gets a pretty solid punch in your boob. Bard, make your awareness notice.
I did. It was a 31. So
You would see as you come
And I
running
immediately
over.
move over, and I'm just like, hey, like, this is not necessary here. Like, everybody's trying to have a good time. Nova, if you want to fight, like,
I jump on her.
I'm gonna try to grab her
You
off
just
of
try to tackle her.
I'm gonna try to grab Nova before she does that. Like,
I welcome that. Andrew welcomes you trying to do that.
no, I know. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to grapple.
Make a grapple check.
Okay. I will use my Aikido since that gives me +3 to that. So.
Reverend just
And
chilling.
Nova,
on the
make a
bench.
dodge escape.
Dodge escape. Okay. Another one. Okay, there you
This
go.
is my new crew.
16. Yeah. I'll keep them in line. And there's just this
They're like swinging on each other in the bar.
16.
So. That's 24 to grapple Nova.
So you will grapple Nova as you hear a "Get your hands off her!" and someone takes a swing at you.
I'll dodge the swing.
Oh God.
All right, make a dodge escape.
That's a 20. Not actually a fumble because so
You did not
20.
put luck.
That's true. So that's just a 20, but with a
So
fumble.
that is a fumble as you go to dodge and swing and like trying to avoid, end up like lining up with the punch.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Reverend's gonna have to get involved.
No, you don't actually. Bard's fine. Like, trust me here.
Yeah, but Reverend actually kind of likes you as much as he hates.
Well, he's fine. Like, he'll be fine here. Okay, that's 1 damage to my cyber arm, I think, which will do literally nothing to it. As the guy like, ow, fuck, and, and I'm gonna like, okay, everybody, calm the fuck down, okay?
A bar fight has broken out on the dance floor.
I'm gonna just take Nova off the dance floor, and I'm gonna try and dodge my way through the dance floor. So like, I'm sure if someone takes a swing at me again, so if you want me to roll like 3 dodges, I will, because I'm trying to be like, hey, like, stop, this is stupid, like, fuck, like, trying to like get people to calm down, but also just trying to get Nova. Also, I'm trying to look on the dance floor for her clothes, because I feel like that's going to be important.
You could not be doing all of that.
Okay, so can I just look for her clothes, first of all? That seems to be actually, like, I'll try to drag her away, and then I'll go look for her clothes.
So what I am going to say is Nova and Bard each roll dodge escape checks.
Okay.
I will... Nah, I can't roll 2 fumbles in a row, right? That's just not going to happen. It's never going to happen. It didn't happen. I rolled a 33.
Disappointed.
As I matrix this time.
Oh, I got a 19.
A 19. So Nova, you are going to take a d6 of damage, just straight. You're welcome to roll it. Bard, you are pulling the like Jackie Chan, like whoa, whoa, whoa.
like block, like whoa, like I pulled my hat up one time and then put it back down, and somebody swings at my head, and I pull the hat up to like deflect the thing and put it back down on my head.
Pulled off the nearly impossible of moving through a crowd, dragging someone while avoiding the entire fight that's broken out. Reverend, you're sitting there, I think, just rubbing your face exactly as you just did, watching the bar fight.
Do I get any more IP for that one? Because that was a nearly impossible success.
Yeah. No.
Okay, sorry, I had to
Nova
ask.
gets beaten up a little bit and is fighting with other people and hitting and punching them and getting dragged out and like, no, and kick and kick.
As I drag her out, I'm going to like, Reverend, watch after her. And I'm like, shove her in, and then I'm going to go back in and try to dodge through and find her clothes. Because I'm really testing my luck here, but I really want to get her clothes for her because I've left clothes at a bar.
Escape at -6.
At -6?
Because now it's just chaos.
I'll spend a point of luck on this. Thankfully, I spent a point of luck. That was a 15.
Ooh.
All right. So you are going to take a d6 of damage as you find her shirt. The bra is somewhere up on the ceiling. On like one of the fans.
I'm not going to get that. So is this modified by my body type, by the way?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
This is just the random stray
Ouch.
hits and punches and getting clipped by a chair at one point. And
I feel like Bart, can I throw a punch or two just while I'm at this, just for funsies?
I'm assuming you are. Should
I roll for that or not? Like I'm just like because.
No, I'm just summarizing the bar.
Okay. Just making sure I wasn't like missing something. Yeah. As I come out with the shirt and like put it in front of Nova.
Um, what what does um what does Reverend look like?
Reverend, he's just wearing a trench coat and a mask the whole time. Like
Okay,
he still has his drink in front of him too.
when Bard puts me back at the booth, I'm gonna kind of like lay down and I'm gonna kind of lay on Bard's or on Reverend's shoulder, and I'm just gonna kind of like slightly rub his arm a little bit. And be like, oh, that guy tried to touch me, Reverend. Is that what they call you, Reverend? Is it? Do you have a name? What's your name?
Well, I might tell you if you could remember it, but I'm not gonna bother.
I'll call you Alan. I think it's Alan. Why do you wear the mask? What's that mask about?
Kid, you're gonna be a handful, I can alright tell.
It's good looks. I knew it. Your good looks would really hinder you. People wouldn't be able to hold themselves around you. Don't worry. I understand. As I just sort of slowly pass out on his arm.
It's like Bard comes back with like a bit of blood on his lip and like a shirt. Like you can see blood all over his knuckles. He's like, well, at least she's asleep. We should probably, I don't know where the fuck she lives.
Well, she lives across from Hex, from what I
Yeah,
heard.
but aren't we like immediately going to pick this person up? That's what I thought, and that's a weird.
Well, Hex isn't back yet, so who knows?
Oh, right, we didn't know that yet. Oh, retcon, move back. I don't know what's happening. I just know that I got
Reverend the
Nova's
whole
shirt.
time is just eyeing the drink. Like, is it worth it? My body hurts. My head is hurting.
That's right. You got beat the fuck up. Oh. In the previous job, right?
Yeah.
You haven't had a chance to really like heal too much
Yeah,
after that.
it's kind of like Reverend's head wasn't in the game.
For the audience, he literally wasn't there. Sorry, I assume I'm still speaking to the radio host at this point. Just so they know, Reverend was not there at that time. He vanished mysteriously. We assume some religious thing. Anyway.
Well, I'll say this about the kid. She knows how to start shit.
Yeah, if only she knew how to finish it. Well, maybe she does. We haven't seen much of her yet.
As
It's too
Hex
soon
is
to
coming
judge.
back.
Well, she just pulls grenades out in bars, so...
And I kind of like tip my hat to Hex a little bit and like managed to pull this one out of a bit of a bar fight.
Yeah, I think I missed something.
Oh,
You
I
see
don't-
Lloyd walk over with his shotgun and just shoot at the ceiling to calm everyone down.
And then you notice all the shotgun holes in the ceiling.
So,
Nice work. I leave you guys alone for like 5 minutes. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna
I
have
mean-
my fucking hands full.
Hey,
leave
you're
her
the one
alone
who...
for 5 minutes. I now like point to the unconscious body. I was happily just sitting, and then she
Hey.
screamed at somebody something about
Y'all are the ones that brought this firecracker into the team.
Actually, I think that was Bruce.
Either way.
Hey,
Anyway.
Bruce likes fierce women. What can I say?
Yeah. So Hex, what's the story?
All right. Well, as soon as we've accepted this job, we pretty much are obligated to head out to 19th and Asimov to go pick up Dare and her suitcase, and then we need to keep her safe. And we've got a safe house we'll be heading to out in the combat zone, where we're gonna lock her up and ourselves tight for about a week.
Shit, we're heading out to the combat zone.
Great.
Mhm.
So do we have time to go to our own places and grab our own shit?
I believe so, and Bruce will be providing us with a burger van, complete with all of the fixings, including your monokatana,
Thank
Bard.
you. I already have a name for it.
Oh, fantastic!
course
You do have
And
to
it'll-
transfer her the credits for the ammo and the monokatana.
I did.
Yeah,
I've already done it. So Hex paid the fixer fee, and if you want me to chip in, by the way, I can pay half of that or something, like I can add another 150. I paid 720 for 2 rounds of APM for a pistol and a monokatana.
Okay. The 500 is the down payment for the burger van and the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe
do-
we all go back to our own places tonight and we go pick her up tomorrow, right? So that Nova can sleep it off, and if she has anything in her shop that she needs to bring. Also, I need to arrange a pet sitter. Again.
Oh boy.
it's a cat. It's a cat, Bard. Just
Yeah,
have
but I
someone
mean-
feed it.
But that's still arranging a pet sitter, right? Like that's just coming in and feeding it.
He makes it sound like he's gonna ship this thing off to boarding school.
I mean, I would appreciate her to be a bit more educated. She could actually converse with me in ways, although she's had some interesting insights about the psychology of man.
This now we know where he gets his social skills from. Talking to cats.
Doesn't everybody?
So, Hex, where are we meeting?
So
Where are we getting this burger truck from?
well, actually, out of character, Frosty.
Bruce said it'd be waiting outside Dare's student housing. for
Oh,
you.
okay. I wasn't sure if it was that or if it was supposed to be sent to us in the combat zone. Okay. So yeah, it will be waiting for us when we go pick up the girl.
You can't. You don't imagine a burger van in the middle of the university district is going to be too hard to find.
True. So it should stand out.
So should we all split for the night, go back to our respective domiciles, and then meet up tomorrow afternoon to pick Dare up and go to the safe house?
Yes.
Good.
So
You,
I guess I will be taking care of Nova.
yeah.
I was gonna say, does anybody know where she lives?
Yeah,
Again,
she's my
Bart,
neighbor.
She lives across.
Oh,
from this one.
excellent. Right. So yeah, you should just drop her off there and leave
Well,
her a note
no.
that says.
I will be carrying her up there.
Same thing. But yeah, are we met? Should we just go our separate ways and come back while we're picking up Dare?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna maglev Chit home, and on the way, I'm gonna leave Rachel a quick voicemail thanking her for getting me off my ass and telling her that the NCBT's recruits need some work.
And
But
before
that
we
is it.
leave,
As you get home,
Reverend
Bard,
Hex.
as you're walking up, you find your awareness notices that the lock on the front of the building was replaced probably within the last day or two.
Okay.
And there's some damage to the door. You head in. You head up the elevator, and the walls were freshly scrubbed.
Oh shit. Okay.
You
so,
get
so-
off the elevator and make your way and see that your door has been smashed in. As you look around your apartment, you see a whole bunch of spray painted graffiti. On one wall, there's a huge spray painted knife with the words "Thrill Kill" written over it in red ink. The whole place is trashed, and your cat and Kibble are missing.
All right, so immediately, Frosty, I'm gonna pull awareness and forensics to and Bard is motivated right now. Like, who is this gang? Who did this real kill? Why have they broken into my place? Also, the scrubbed elevator. This does seem to be connected to Night City Stalker, but I need to make sure. Like, what can I find out just from looking at this?
Make an awareness notice.
How dare your first question not be, where's the fuck is my cat?
I know. Well, my cat's missing. I mean, like, it's a cat. If it's hiding, it'll come out. But if it's not, right? Like,
What'd you say the graffiti said?
thrill kill. 28, Frosty.
So, the Thrill Kill matches the same patches and spray painted logos that were on the gang members that tried to jump you outside on the street the other 3 nights ago. The house has been trashed, and you recognize the signs of people looking for anything valuable. The only thing valuable they found was a cat and some food, and they took it. Thinking back, you recall you told those booster gangers where to find you, where your detective agency was located, in case they ever had a case. Looks like they dropped by for some personal attention and found you not home. And make a streetwise to see if you remember what you knew about the gang.
I know who the slaughterhouse is,
Yeah.
but I'll make it anyway. Yeah, 26.
Yeah, you remember it's the slaughterhouse. Their logo is Thrill Kill. They tend to operate Southwest Night City, right along the edge of the combat zone and University District. So, again, bit out of its way. Chances are, like your awareness notice and just common sense, is they broke in the front door and probably tagged the elevator. Most likely they beat someone up in the elevator and it was freshly cleaned. Like your place was left as it is by staff because they want to talk to you to find out what the break-in was about. Doesn't look like the police have investigated it yet, though. No one's called a break-in entering yet.
Okay.
Which means this has likely happened sometime in the last 48 hours. Your best guess would be that they showed up here probably the night after they encountered you or later that night after you left home. But the only signs of struggle that you see is it looks like the cat got some good scratches on whoever tried to grab it. There's little bits of blood. Definitely, I will say, guaranteed, you recognize your cat was not injured. Just injured somebody else.
Which, thank you. That's helpful. That would be unnecessary animal cruelty, which we don't sign up for in this stream. But I'll look around and smoke a cigarette and just and I'll pick up my sword from behind the couch, which is in a concealed compartment there, and it's also not a valuable item, right? It's a 20 EB sword. Fuck, I already had so many debts to pay. Well, I guess then when I call Rachel to thank her, I'll say, by the way, the slaughterhouse broke into my apartment and stole cat.
Who do you message?
Yeah,
Rachel.
who do you message?
That's what I was saying. I was calling. I said before I had called Rachel to thank her for getting me off my ass and tell her the NCPD recruits needed some work. Now with this, I'll just, if I can retcon it, say that I'm also calling her to say, oh, by the way, my office got broken into. They tried to take anything valuable, which, as you know, is nothing except they took cat. So I don't know what their deal is here, but.
I can have a crew. You get a text back saying it's 3 a.m. I can have a crew check it out in the afternoon. Is it an emergency? You need them to show up now?
No, that I didn't also Why is it whenever I say I text her, it's 3 a.m?
The 2 times you texted her after you left the nightclub.
Okay, I didn't know what time it was. Anyway, I will also text Hex about this, by the way, and ask if she has any connections in the slaughterhouse who'd be willing to negotiate a hostage situation with a cat.
Well, I mean,
I like my cat.
I might be able to find out some information about your cat. I don't know if I can negotiate with Slaughterhouse, though.
Look, new job. We've got to find the cat.
I honestly, it does seem like this is our side mission while Ume is away, but I could be reading the tea leaves wrong.
Well, look, I do know that, the minute we accepted our job from Bruce, that she's expecting us to make good on that, so. If we go after your cat at this particular juncture, that's gonna mean a segue that's longer than just the day that it would take us, that we've already kind of agreed to go get there.
Yeah, but my cat's with the slaughterhouse. Like, there's...
We,
This is table talk, but I'm just saying, Nick, you were looking for some cat sitters. I mean,
You know what? Honestly, if somebody could get me, like, she's a very sweet cat. If somebody could get me into, like, I feel like they'd be nice to her. She's aggressive when she needs to be, so she's kind of Slaughterhouse's vibe. As long as I can get her back eventually, right? Like,
Hey, free pet sitting. How does it get better?
so I'm gonna spend the night, Frosty, trying to scrub the paint off and also like just clean the place up. I know I'll take some exhaustion or some whatever the equivalent is, right? But like, I was already planning on trying to just
Make a basic tech to fix the door.
I wasn't trying to fix the door, so if I
think
fumble
Bard
here,
would just,
I'm gonna
put the door against the wall.
Oh, I'm gonna take photos before I actually clean anything up, by the way, as an FYI, just to make sure that I have some evidence of what I saw.
Okay, please make a photography and film.
I feel like Bard just sticks
16?
the door on crooked.
Was that your basic tech or your photography and film?
Photography and film. For the
Okay.
photography, yeah.
So pretty decent pictures of the different...
All right, I'm really like, so just if I fumble, like it's just Bard like tries to pick up the door and goes, "No, I can't fucking do this." Like puts it down, like, because I didn't say I tried to fix the door, but I will try just in case, right? Just in case I get a critical success. Nope, that's an 11, so at least I didn't fumble.
You just kind of lean the door up against the frame.
Yeah, but again, so I will. It's corporate zone, right? I will call building management as well and say, some assholes, like, you know, again, like, leave a message. Some assholes broke into my apartment. Like, they took my cat. They didn't take anything else of value, but the door was broken down. What do I need to pay to replace it? Also, wouldn't that be part of housing insurance?
If
right?
this is
like,
an emergency, please press 2 and be directed to the emergency maintenance line.
I hang up. But again,
If you have a plumbing or fire issue, this would qualify as an emergency.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, I'm just saying, before I leave tomorrow, then I will contact building management. Again, it's corporate zone, right? It's not executive, but it's corporate, right? I'm sure they have some things in place. That's why I pay $800 a month for this fucking place.
I would text him too. Did they leave you a ransom note?
Nope, just says thrill kill.
Why on earth would they take your cat?
Only thing of value in my apartment. Plus, she's really cute.
That still seems strange as hell.
I don't know.
Do you explain what happened?
I mean, yeah, like I encountered the slaughterhouse and got them to stand down. Might have handed
When
them a
was
business
this?
card because I was drunk. Before we left for the oil rig.
Interesting. Huh. Okay. Huh. Would I'm trying to think, like, why would they, like, this seems like they would, but they would have left him, like, a ransom note or something.
Make a
if they were-
streetwise.
Okay. I'm like, there has to be a reason and it's driving me crazy. Oh, shit. Like a 19. Like,
Okay. Most likely, they went to find him at his home and kill him for acting all big and tough. They probably were going to hurt the cat until the cat put up a fight and someone was like, "Hey, badass cat, I'm keeping it."
that tracks.
I love that this cat might actually have like a spiked collar and be
Oh,
like,
God.
"Fuck you guys."
I love that visual.
Yeah, it's like Bard can't
I-
get his cat back because cat likes being with them better.
So he's told me that he had a little run-in with them, and I would know this apparently.
He did a stare. Basically, he scared them out of a fight. Effectively, just made it seem not worth it. But he told them where to find him.
Oh, I forgot he did.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, this is that honesty bullshit that I've been telling you about. I said it was gonna get you killed.
Not before this happened. He was
So they
drunk.
probably showed up with a lot more members of the gang to his house to take care of him, and he wasn't home.
I'm like texting you this. Like, you need to like be careful and lay low for a minute. You get some better security. Might want to get a fucking dog.
I like cats.
I
Fine.
know.
Okay, so
but-
Frosty, can I ask, what will it cost me? Just because I know I don't want to RP the whole like managerial thing out to replace the door and also get high security here. Because I will pay for that, but high
They
security
would
heal-
let you know that any security additions that you would like to have installed, you are welcome to make at your own expense, as long as you get permission from the complex first. Anything that needs to be integrated into the building does require a $400
I was
service
just thinking
fee.
the maximum security key lock and like card lock on the door. That was about it.
You are, of course, welcome to make those upgrades yourself. The apartment complex, or the business complex, will make basic repairs and perform an investigation. If they determine that the damage was through no fault of your own, it is covered by your rent. However, repeated incidents of damage to the property will result in termination of your lease.
Fine. So, how much for a steel door? They can just break it. Anyway, it's just our house. All right.
Just remember, a lock is only as strong as the door is only as strong as the frame, and the frame is only as strong as the wall.
Right. Well, I guess I go to sleep.
Okay.
After I clean out all the booze bottles and, you know.
Spend the night cleaning and scrubbing the wall from graffiti and...
Now, before we've left the afterlife, I do think that perhaps the Hex and Reverend would take a minute to patch some of their wounds.
Yeah, and between the both of us, we have Nova just carrying her by the
Yeah.
shoulders.
So you guys are taking Nova home?
Yeah.
Well, no, we're walking to the exit of Afterlife, and Reverend will look for like a quiet corner so he can try and patch Hex up a little.
They have little private dancing booths that you can rent for 30 EBs an hour.
Ooh, champagne room?
Hell yeah, but no more champagne for you. I'll pay for the booth.
No.
Okay.
Cool.
Are you hiring any of their dancers for a private show, or would you like to rent one of the holograms?
Sure, we'll rent a hologram.
10 EBs an hour, your choice of gender.
Reverend's just standing, arms crossed, like waiting for Hex to hurry up. Look, I'm trying to help you out here.
They've got like a little dial where you can cycle through possible holograms to dance.
There we go. I'll just leave it somewhere in the middle.
Reverend starts opening his med pack. All right, let's see.
We're in the middle.
Make a medtech check.
Nova passed out in the corner.
Poor thing. She's gonna feel that in the morning. I'll probably feel these a little in the morning
Alright,
still too.
25.
25? Alright. That'll heal Hex 2 damage for a day's rest.
Where,
And patch the ribs up.
where
So
is
once
the
you get a
after-
day's rest, you'll heal 2. And what you would notice is both of you suffered mostly superficial bruising. 3 days and it'll probably be healed. A couple days and it would heal. It's not equivalent to like mortal damage.
Yeah.
They were non-lethal rounds.
Cool.
It was
Well,
enough
that
to
helps a
hurt
lot.
immediately, like
Yeah. And
but
will I need to make a first aid check for myself?
yeah.
After Reverend takes care of Hex, he just sits in the booth, like poking at his ribs. Well, it's sore there. Why is first aid all the way in the center of these? 20 on first aid.
Nice. All right, yeah. You as well. You'd heal 1, but again, after a full night's rest, but again, 2-3 days and all of your guys' wounds will clear up.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, thanks,
Hey.
Reverend.
no problem. You gonna be able
Appreciate
to
it.
handle this one? Pointing at the Nova passed out.
As long as she keeps all the happy balls pinned.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll come in handy sooner or later.
Oh, yeah, just hopefully not on the next job. That's not how I want a negotiation to go.
You never know. Crazy sometimes works.
Hey, you're speaking to the choir, and you should know something about that, Reverend.
I'm gonna recording that right now. You never know. Sometimes crazy works.
He's getting that in writing.
Reverend.
2 quick points of clarification, Frosty. What would a steel door cost, and did we get mission IP for our last mission?
I haven't given the mission IP out yet. Now that you guys are resting, I was going to let everyone know. David's not here, which is why I didn't do it beforehand. But you guys are going to get 15 mission IP now that you've completed your first mission, which is generic. You can put it anywhere. Can't spend more than 10 in one place.
Oh, mission IP?
Yep.
That was 15, right?
Yeah. And you guys are all welcome to pitch in to buy any ammunition that you're looking for, or any basic guns with Hex's order. They paid the 500 for the ordering fee. As long as it's from the core book and not rare, except for the mono katana, which was specified, it's totally fine. And at cost,
Perfect.
because you paid the 500 fixer fee.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. So we'll
I
go-
personally recommend AP ammo, especially if
Yeah.
you've got a smaller gun.
And mastoid comms. That's one thing I bought.
Yeah. Mastoid comms and AP ammo. Let's see. Do we want individual ammo, or like, does anybody want cases and stuff, or do you want to?
I mean, I
I'll
only
go
have
in
a
for one.
pistol, so that's my thing. Is that I can only get AP for a pistol.
Well, I have a pistol too, so and like
Well-
that's probably more advisable than to pack that into my assault rifle.
Well, I'll let you guys figure that out. Reverend,
Yeah.
as you are hiking home, unfortunately, your place is several blocks away from the nearest maglev. Are you taking a cab or riding the metro?
I'll just grab a cab. Why not?
Okay. For that, it would cost you 25 eddies
Alright.
from the afterlife.
And we got 3,000 from the job, right?
Yeah.
I've
Where,
already
where
spent
exactly is the afterlife on the map?
So, I will put you guys on the city map. Give me one moment.
So then,
I believe the afterlife is number 18. It might be 57.
Oh, okay.
It's one of
Frosty,
those
the last
two.
question I had: steel door. How much does that cost?
You wouldn't be able to get that installed in the middle of the night, but a steel door would probably cost about $500 eddies.
Could I just like put in because I'm going to be gone?
Probably actually more. A solid steel door about 1,000 eddies.
Put a
Could I
work
put
order
a message in to get that done? Right, like.
Because that'd be 200 for real wood, plus 100 for that, 300 times 4. Sorry, 1,200. Doing the math. It'd be 1,200 eddies.
All right. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna get them to replace the door because
in. Yeah, you could
I-
probably just fill out like a work order, put down
Mhm.
the specifications you want.
well, I mean, again, I'm gonna chalk it up to the fact that like the slaughterhouse broke into my apartment because I helped somebody out. Like it's not my fault, which is a lie, but I'm gonna lie. So
Oh, and just to confirm a house rule, I think you said, Frosty.
Mm-hmm.
What was the rule for like buying cases of ammo?
If you buy 1,000 rounds of ammunition, You never have to worry about buying ammunition ever again. You still have to worry about how many reloads you can carry.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry. I just say once you buy 1,000 rounds of ammo, you basically have infinite ammo.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it, I guess. Hope they actually fix the door, because this place is literally most of my debt, and yeah.
Oh yeah, the building will fix it. They're just saying that they're not going to upgrade the security for it or anything
No.
like that.
I would buy an upgraded key lock at least, right? But all I was worried about was, like, I didn't want to have to get into a whole legalese thing about, like, is this my fault? Like, Bard didn't break the door, right? So it's not,
They're basically saying this is a first-time incident, so that's it. But if there are
Okay.
repeated incidents, then your lease
Cool.
would be terminated.
So eventually I've got to talk to the slaughterhouse, but that's fine. I can do that.
But so Reverend's taking a cab. Nova and Hex, you guys are only a couple blocks from the afterlife. Are you guys walking, taking a cab?
Well, I don't really want to drag this one all Swayze through the streets, so I think it would be advisable. Do you have a maglev chit by chance, Andrew?
I do.
So we can either take a cab or the mag, but you're pretty trashed.
Well, Metro goes in certain routes, and your guys is.
Oh, that's right. That's
Well,
right. We're like right by it.
Before Reverend would hop in his cab, he would make sure they get a cab first, since Hex has a drunk on her hands.
I mean, I think it'd only be 15 eddies from where you guys are at to get home.
Yeah. Reverend would pay for that.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Rev.
Well, he's still gonna play the father.
Before Nova gets in the car, she'll just be like, she'll put both of her hands on Rev's chest and be like, I'm sorry. I'm just really sorry. I'm just so sorry. Please don't
Stop.
kick me out of the group. I'm just so sorry. Okay.
Kid, just get home. Get some sleep.
Okay. I promise. And as I get in the cab, I promise I'm not going to throw up in here. 1 second.
Reverend looks over at Hex. Good luck.
Oh, boy, I hope there's not a cleaning fee.
I'm assuming did Nova throw up in the cab or outside the cab?
No, right before. You know that, like,
So
everybody
all
go to the
over
bathroom
Reverend's
before we.
boots.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. And she goes and lays down in the back seat.
Hold her hair back.
Yeah. Reverend's just looking down at his boots like, part of the job.
Reverend would just be looking over at Hex, like as deadpan as you can be, wearing a mask.
I assume you're staring at me. I say, because I can't tell.
The three of you take a cab home.
Perfect.
And get home relatively safely. It's a nice night. Hex, as you're trying to get Nova to her place, Nova is too passed out and can't find her keys.
I'll just put her in my apartment.
Okay.
I guess we're gonna share a bed. That's like the only furniture I have. So this just got weirdly close.
Yeah. Nova lays down in the bed like spread starfish style.
That's perfect. Hex is just gonna look at her and just curl up on the floor in a pile of papers. No, there's papers all over her house. I actually haven't described it, but
as
she would have drawings basically everywhere and papers all over the floor and crumpled up balls of paper. So I make a nest.
As you guys wake up the next morning, describe what Nova sees in Hex's apartment.
Sure. Here, let me pull up my notes. I think you'll okay, so you would see I really don't have very much furniture. I really only have the bed. But you would see posters hanging on the wall of Neon Pulse. But you would also see posters from another band called Eclipse Souls, which you might not recognize, but that would be like another um uh chromatic rock band. And like other posters from particularly chromatic rock genre. Um there would be like drawings and things like hanging all over the walls in the photos, and some are like scattered across the floor. She's not particularly meticulous in like how she hangs them. It would be very scattered all over. Some of the drawings are probably good, some of them are probably shit, and there's like wads of paper like kind of scattered throughout the house. And you would see her prized possession would be a Siamese cat that lives there with her. It has blue eyes. Its name is Pet, or Petruchio. From She had spent time long ago in a arcology and went to a play. So that was why her pet was inspired by this name. You wouldn't know that, but I just thought you should know that. Outside of it.
That's good background context. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like my cat was also. Now I gotta get back from this fucking slaughterhouse.
So Novo, as she kind of wakes up in the morning, she just like holds her head and she opens one eye and she kind of looks around and sees what you've described. And she goes, "Oh, where am I?
You're safe. You're at my house.
Oh God, Hex, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Oh
I'm
God,
trying to speak quietly.
I'm so. Oh God, I fucked it up, didn't I?
Oh, you didn't fuck anything up. You're fine. We all are young and drink a little too much every now and then.
Oh God, the job's not over, right?
Nope, you're just in time.
Okay, and
Think you can pull it together by then? We got a couple of hours.
yeah, I'm still on the crew, right? Like I didn't fuck it
Of
up,
course
right?
you are. No,
Oh, thank
you
God.
did start a really great fight though at Afterlife last night.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Don't be sad. That just means you're part of the crew.
Oh God, I don't remember much. All I remember is this gender ambiguous hologram and Rev feeling himself up. I don't know what happened. What?
I would be like shrieking in laughter that's the thing she remembers.
Reverend feels his ears itching. Somebody's talking about me.
What is the deal with that mask? Does he always wear that?
Yes, he does. We don't know what he looks like.
Says the woman who only met him.
Bard knows.
You don't know what he.
Bard
I'm gonna
knows.
find out
I
what he
mean, not
looks
that
like.
I know of, anyway. Oh, you're welcome to try. That seems like it's gonna be an uphill battle.
I'm gonna find out what he looks like. Oh
Now
God.
this is her primary mission.
Ooh. Oh God.
You all right?
Yeah.
Look, maybe we get you some coffee.
Yeah, I got some back at my place as I look around. You have like a little kitchenette or something?
I think all of our apartments do, don't they,
Yeah.
Rusty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll pick up something that's crumpled on the floor and I'll open it. And it's a drawing, right?
Yeah.
What's it a drawing of?
So I pretty much draw people. So it would probably most likely be somebody like I might have seen in the apartment complex, but I didn't like how the drawing looked, so I would have
Is this
smashed it up.
It happens
Is
to be
this-
of you as you were like creeping along one of the hallways.
Oh. This is really good.
Ah! Oh, I don't know. That one looks kind of like a crumpled up piece of trash to me.
I love it. I love it. I look I don't know, peaceful somehow.
Sneaking in your natural environment, I guess. It's like a
Hmm.
wildlife photography.
Can I keep it?
Sure, you can keep it.
It's like you over a trash bin, like looking for components and stuff to mishmash, kind of looking
gonna make
over
that
your
happen
shoulder
now.
like you
Yeah.
you hear something.
I love it.
You said friend back there. I was one of the last things I remembered before I started taking that. What is that? Killer? What was that? The killer drink?
Yeah, basically a suicide in a glass.
Did you mean that?
Yeah, we're friends.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
with that, I think we're going to go to our break. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll be right back, and we're going to go on break now. Toodles.
Awesome.
Hey.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Andromeda Adventures. Last we left off, you guys were just waking up after your night on the town. We had a little bit of a scene between Nova and Hex. Bard, as you are still busy scrubbing the place, please make a endurance check.
I'll spend 2 points of luck on this. Because I can. 15.
All right, so you're a little tired, but doing all right. Another night without sleep, you'll start accruing penalties. But Rachel shows up in her swimsuit-style body armor with holster on what looks like a garter belt attached to her thigh with some knee-high, high-heel boots. And her hair pulled back in a ponytail. There's 3 other just squatties with her as they're approaching, and she goes to knock on the door and just instead slides it over her.
Yeah, knocking on that's not going to do you any good. I can see you already. You've announced your presence simply by walking up the stairs, and also, there's sharp edges. Just, keep moving stuff into trash cans.
So what the hell happened here?
Oh, well, the slaughterhouse took umbrage to me staring them down, apparently.
When I said get a job, I didn't expect you to start making enemies so quickly.
In fairness, actually, in condemnation to me, this had nothing to do with the job. I was just walking home to put my pistol on the side, because this was the exercise with your people, right? We couldn't bring a live fire, so I was putting it away.
Oh yeah, you brought that up. You want to know about some exercise. Yeah, I did some digging into that. Yeah, it looks like it was all legit.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was.
Training exercise, organized by some of the higher ups to try and teach some of the rookies to, how to handle hostage situations. Got signed off, got approval by the chief of police, so it seems like it was all good.
I bet it did. Yeah, it's fine. Your rookies weren't. But yeah, but that's the story behind this. Was walking rather than magliving, and they took offense. So.
Yeah, it does look like they took some pretty big offense. All right, boys, canvas around, look for any evidence.
And they took Kat, unfortunately. But she seems to be okay based on what I've observed of the scene.
I can't put out a missing.
Don't put out an APB on my cat. I will talk to the slaughterhouse if I need to. But again, if there's one thing I'm confident in, is that she would make good friends with a group of psychopathic cyber killers. So, at the very least, I think she'll be safe. But I would like her back, because she is my psychopathic cyber killer cat.
Well, you can always talk to a local fixer, see if they can arrange a meet.
Yeah,
but if they took your cat, they're not going to want to give it back.
No, I'm aware, but I'm still planning on doing that because I am stubborn. But
So what do you want me to put in the police report? I assume you don't want the full carte blanche listed. Did they take anything of value? Is there anything missing that we should be checking pawn shops for?
I look at her, Rachel. It's what of value is there in this place? There was one thing of value in this place, and pointed his head, and I drowned it in alcohol for a long time. Okay, so I feel like I'm a bit back right now, which thank you for helping me with that. But this is they didn't take anything. They took my cat and they vandalized my place. Which at least this is corpo apartment housing, right? Somebody should at least have a rookie who wants to file a report on that to get it brown nosing with the boss. But I'm not expecting the police to come after this full force. I was just Honestly, I was like lean over was where I was more just texting you to thank you, and then it just came up because again, like my brain gets ahead of both my fingers and my mouth,
Well, you know,
as you well know.
if this is a corporate place, it is pretty much close to West Hills. You could always find out what security agency they contract through, Arasaka, Militech. Take it up with them. And believe me, their reputations, they'd want to handle it. Depending on which security company handles it. I mean, you might have to deal with some fallout, but...
Can I do a quick library search to see which corpo does? His eyes kind of look to the side. The Times Square marquee starts coming up in the eye hole. Uh, 18.
You would know that this place just has its own security guards that it hires.
So no, yeah. So just
but they don't contract through another company.
I guess it's just this place's reputation on the line. Well, at least I filed with the appropriate people then.
Should only take them a few days to fix this place up. Nothing value stolen. We can write this one off.
Yeah,
the other guys are looking around, and one of them's like, pretty good tag, though. That had to take him some time.
I look at him. Yeah, I'm sure it did. I mean, I guess they don't have anything better to do. Yeah, anyway, sorry to bother you. Like I said, it was more of an afterthought than any sort of actual filing of... Well, I suppose I was trying to abide by the books by filing a police report, so... and it's not like you're unfamiliar with the place, so...
Can you at least give a description of the suspects? I mean, I can put it on file.
What check could I make to remember what they look like?
Intelligence?
It was only 3 days ago, right? So, like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
You can give a
just. Okay, I just give a description. Yeah. Yeah, I'll describe the tattoos on one guy's arm and like the various cyber and the logos they were wearing, right? Like, it's Bard. He would pick it up. It's just not like I'm assuming it's not like a perfect, but
they take the descriptions and get a decent police report if anything comes of it. Takes you a little bit. What are the rest of you doing this morning? Or early afternoon, I imagine, with the hangovers.
I'm not hungover.
Yeah, neither is Rev.
I think I just had the what is the night city? Like, how bad is that? We did drink turpentine.
Yeah. It's like a night with almost like a night with Cassidy. Not quite.
All right, yeah. So we probably all feel that a little, just a little. Did Nova find her keys?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll go back over to my place where I can get my pants, and if Hex wants to follow, you can. She kind of leaves the door open since our doors are like right across from each other, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Snoopy.
Yeah. Oh, come in. I don't have anything to hide.
What's your place look like, Nova?
You see, it looks real dirty. You see like some takeout containers are on top of this like little coffee table, which is right beside her bed, which is like just messed the fuck up. It looks kind of greasy. The bed does. And there's like this TV that just sort of flashes kind of colors. And she says like, oh, it doesn't work. It just flashes. It just does colors. That's it. You see the little kitchenette has dishes piled up. But the main part of the whole place, which is really where the lights are, there's 2 lamps, but there are 3 big workbench tables where she's just got all these kind of big like tools and things like that on top of the tables. And you also see like stacked up in the corner are like ammo cases and a couple of like grenade crates, and like just there's a big fucking gun right on the top of the table, just like out in the open. And she holds up the gun, and she says, "This is Smokin' Willie, and it is a heavy submachine gun, and it's huge. It's got like it's been wrapped in bandages, like it's got all this sort of tape all over it and stuff. It looks like it's been modified. You're not really sure what the brand is, if you're familiar with guns or not. But it's an H&K for sure. Yeah, Smoking Willie keeps me safe.
That is a giant fuck you of a gun. It's nice to meet you, Smoking Willie.
Yeah, yeah.
I did you modify this yourself?
Oh yeah. Well, I do a little bit. I look at the table and I see some drawings out on the table of the guns, some schematic drawings, and I just sort of shove them over to the side a little bit, a little embarrassed almost.
Oh no,
I
these
do
are
some.
amazing.
I'm looking for a bigger shop, honestly. And
You
yeah,
need
it's
one.
yeah, I'm hoping for something, a big drill press, and she kind of points to an area, and I need a big, like, a heavy CNC, and like she points to this tiny little like 3D printer. She's like, this fucking thing doesn't even do metal. So
Uh,
like I need bigger stuff. Um,
yeah, you're
and
a
I'm
girl with
hoping,
a vision, a dream.
yeah, like my own shop one day, and maybe one day I can make my own sort of guns, or
Oh, I
something, not
love
like
that.
these cheap like Arasaka pieces of shit. Like
Yes,
something good.
Nova's Boom Shack.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I might take that. Novus. Hey,
I
I
totally see it.
I had a question. We didn't do anything last night, did we? I just was just thinking.
No, I
Okay,
would never. You were so drunk, honey. Never.
okay, good. Okay, just um, yeah. Sometimes the.
I'm more of a gentleman than that. Thank you.
Okay, good. Just I'm really. This is really my chance. Like this is really my chance to get a good crew and to ride that up to the top. And I really can't blow this one, Hex.
Yeah.
So
No, I understand. I mean, you were just excited last night. Maybe don't take Lloyd up on his offer next time for a
yeah,
suicide in a glass.
that's
Yeah.
probably true. That's probably true. And she pulls out the happy ball and puts it on the table. Says, "Yeah, it probably wasn't a good idea to bring that either."
Mm. Ah, what you might want to bring it for the next one though. That- You're gonna come in handy, Nova. I can tell.
Okay,
You're
cool. Yeah,
enthusiastic, you have a dream, you have a vision. You're a little bit of a loose cannon, but
A little
that's
bit.
fine. We've all got our quirks.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. When do we head out? What I can head out soon. And she grabs like her tools.
Yeah, be sure and grab any gear that you need, any of the weapons that you want to bring with you. Grab your armor, grab your pants.
Yeah. She points to a jumpsuit that's hanging on a peg. Yeah, that's my
Perfect.
jumpsuit. And
Awesome.
she pulls out a welder's mask that's been modified with a mirrored thing, so that it's like a combat helm. And she like pops it on and puts up the hood.
Awesome. I love it. You have a sense of style. It's unique.
Yeah.
All right.
It's what I got.
I'll
That's what I
grab
got.
my gear too before we head out.
So you guys are
as
all
well.
heading from different directions. Reverend, you and Ume would probably meet up because you guys live nearby. And are you I assume taking a cab to where you want it is across the city. You could take the rails. The rails get within 2 blocks of where you're looking to get to.
Probably the rails then.
Okay. So it'd be pretty cheap. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 stops. Hex and Nova, it would be 3 stops for you if you guys are taking the metro.
Yeah.
And you guys would actually probably be riding the metro with Reverend and Ume, because that would be the first stop that they pass by.
We're all looking a little haggard. I'm a
Will
little
the 4
paler
of
than
you,
usual.
will one of you roll a D100?
Who wants
Hex.
to
You want to do it, Rev?
Or Rev, you want to do it?
Sure. Reverend, do it. 83.
Can I do a quick scene when we see him on the maglev? Oh, Frosty, you went away.
Oh,
Yeah, I think she dropped something.
Sorry, earbuds fell out.
Oh, shoot. Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Do you mind if I do a quick scene as we see Rev for the first time since last night on the maglev?
Yep, you guys would see each other, and
Do we see a cat?
you guys see 3 or 5 members of the Kennedys poser gang.
Ooh.
2 look like RFK, 1 looks like JFK, and there's 2 Jackies with them as they are walking up. And they are walking by. Do you guys say anything about their appearance?
Nah.
Do you guys say anything to them?
I just look at Hex. I think I'm just going to
They're
follow
dressed in
Hex's lead.
60s clothing. They look like they're carrying heavy handguns. And JFK has a chromed cyber right arm as they are walking by. Hex, I can't hear you.
oh, I said, well, that's cool though. The chromed arm.
Yeah, I think Nova just looks at Hex because Nova doesn't know much about these things, and she knows that Hex is sort of like this is her jam. They're not threatening us, right?
Nope,
Yeah,
they're just walking by. I'm telling you, Jackie, this evening's party is going to be a blast. It will change the face of our gang for the future. We are going to rock out like it is 1962.
Ask not what our gang can do for Night City. Ask what Night City can do for our gang.
That was hilarious, bro.
But otherwise, other than that, with no trouble, with you guys not giving them any shit, they pass by happily. Excuse me, Mr. and Madams, as they walk by on the rail.
As they walk by, I'll look at Reverend and I'll just I'll look up at his mask and I'll just say, "Hey, sorry about last night, but like for real."
Reverend's just staring. What?
Well, I don't remember a whole lot, but
Don't worry. I remember everything that happened.
okay, yeah, then I'm really sorry about I don't know if I like walked in on your solo session in the champagne room or whatever, but I just want to say your secret is safe with me, and I I'm sorry about that.
First off, there was no solo session. I patched Hex up and I was patching myself up before we got you two
right.
home.
Yeah. And I look at Hex and I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
I'm literally cracking up.
Bart,
Hmm.
you are only about 3 blocks away. You could take the metro, but it would stop
I'll just walk.
2 blocks the
Fuck it.
opposite direction.
What bad has ever happened to me when I've walked through Night City?
So if you are
Lost a
walking the
cat.
3 blocks, please roll a D100.
32.
Slaughterhouse again. No, Cat is leading Slaughterhouse.
You spot a couple of street gangers. Make a streetwise check.
$18.
18. All right. They are. They're the Red Chrome Legion. They're really assholes.
Soviets, gotcha.
Sort of neo-Nazi vibes. Generally don't hang around in the area, but they're harassing a couple of the attractive men and women around Campus District for money and shaking them up. They've got some decent heavy handguns.
God, I'm going to walk up to them.
What you looking at?
I'm looking at people who could be doing better. Dooms. So I take a smoke.
We're just in town for a little bit, harassing a couple of these boys, trying to shake things up in Voodoo Boo territory. Yeah, what are those guys doing up here? They don't deserve this place.
Hey, it's not about who deserves what, it's about who can take it. Like, let me say this. If your idea of taking it is harassing random people who walk on the street. Let me ask you this.
You gonna do something about it, huh? One of them points his gun at you, kind of levels it at your head.
I'm gonna look at him in the eye and just, like, take a smoke of my cigarette. I mean, I'm gonna talk to you about it. Why are you doing this, in actuality? What do you have to gain here?
He starts mouthing off about some racist slurs and taking over their territory and doing a whole bunch of awful shit and how they're the real power in the region and just real asshole. And looks like, why, you looking to sign up? Want to become a member of the family?
No,
We should just waste this guy. He ain't worth our time.
I look at him. Trust me. If you waste me, there will be hell to pay. Also,
Make an
not to point
intimidation
out-
check.
Okay, I will do that. I will spend 2 points of luck on this, actually. For an 18.
They all kind of look at each other and they're like, yeah, fuck this. Fuck you. And start storming off.
I just keep walking and look towards the people who they were harassing and have a good day. Sorry about those assholes.
The guy's like, hey, no, thanks, man.
And hey, if you ever need help, I'm around. I had an office. Door got broken. It'll be there eventually. Uncolored Truths, and I sort of like give him a cheers and keep walking, muttering under my breath about asshole gangers.
You spot the burger van. You would probably get there. You didn't sleep, so you'd get there before everyone else.
Yeah, I'll go and just lean against it.
It says Bob's Burgers on the side.
It's a
giant
great show.
Van, like a street vendor food van, right, with the sliding window on the side, the little menu pulled up. There's a couple people kind of like, is this thing closed? Hey, anyone in here? They're closed. You know, kind of.
I'm gonna like I go up and be like, sorry everybody, I represent the manager. This place is in fact closed. They will be ready to go soon, but please just disperse. They need to bring the materials in, and you know how materials work like this in Night City. So
disperse. I tell you. I'll tell you again. Disperse.
But you get a chance, and like looking around, you'd see like does have stuff to make burgers stored in it, and hidden where like you would store more food in like the freezer and stuff are several crates of ammo that you guys purchased, and the mono katana and everything hidden away inside. Door's not locked. Keys are up in the sun visor.
I'll grab the keys. I will grab the 2 chips and the katana, and I'll swap the chips, and I'll sit down at the driver's wheel, take my hat off, and if there's a like burger hat, I'll put the burger hat on for whenever people come.
So are you gonna start serving burgers?
Are there patties?
Are there patties? Is there stuff to cook
Yeah,
with here?
yeah. There's
I'll try. Yeah,
Oh,
why
God.
not? What do I have to roll for this?
make a cooking check.
That's, I guess, an intelligence. I'm assuming.
That would be a
right?
tech skill.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
because
me
it's like
just-
manual, sort of.
Cooking. Okay, so let's just see here.
Be hilarious if it was like reflexes, like martial arts.
21!
Goddamn.
What? Crit!
You are serving up some good burgers. So as the rest of you are walking up, you see
I
about
was like,
20
yes,
people
yes,
lined
ma'am,
up
yes.
outside the burger
I'm
van.
pocketing the Eddies, by the way. As I'm just like he's pulled off his trench. He's got a hat on. He's just like moving burgers. Like, was that with cheese? Okay, excellent. Like,
Look at you! You really are turning into an edge runner. Finally, hustler.
do I make any money off of this, Frosty?
By the time they get there, you've made about 300 eddies.
Nice.
Wow! I will fucking take that and pocket it. And I'm also have my cooking skill in my thing now.
Make an awareness notice though, as you're looking, as you've been looking around and working in the place.
25.
You do spot a few convenient bloodstains in the driver compartment.
Yeah, I'm sure this van was not gotten normally, right? By the way, sorry, I realized I was walking around to zoom my ADD thing. But yeah, as he like looks at the crew right at, well, hello there, people. Would you like Bob's Burgers? What can I get for you? Cheese. Would you like a double decker? We can also do the Night City special, although that will cost extra.
Does it come with turpentine?
Oh, it's made of turpentine. That's actually the extra. It's just all turpentine. There's nothing else there.
Just turpentine.
Well, Bard, if detective work and edge running don't work out for you, I guess you can always flip burgers for a living.
I'm not just
Looks
flipping
good.
these burgers. I'm
Looks
making
good
them.
on you.
But she Nova looks back at Hex and the others, and she says, "This is our van. We got a van."
Well, it's on loan, but yes.
She kind of squeals. She's like, "Who's got the keys? I'm driving."
I have the keys. Can you
Nova hands it.
drive?
Can you drive, Nova?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I make a, what is it?
Can I make
human
a
awareness?
perception check to
Yeah,
see if she can actually drive? Yeah.
Sure.
Can this kid
24.
drive?
She believes she can drive.
I've got a skill
41?
of 3.
41.
I'll have you. I have a skill of 3 in driving.
Well,
I'll
you,
have
okay,
you
you.
couldn't
okay.
tell them that, but they with that human, she legitimately believes that she can drive. That's what you'd be able to tell.
All right, you know
And
what?
that she's a
Like,
good driver.
I will hand her the keys, but I have to finish with this crowd first, so that's like finish with all the burgers and
She
apparently
kinda
I
just
guess
squeals a
Bard
little
is
bit.
cooking our meals in the combat zone.
No, we're not in the combat zone yet.
Yeah.
No,
we're not
once
there
we
yet.
get there is what I was
So
saying.
yeah, they have the keys. So
We're not gonna wait. We still have to get the girl. The van
Yeah.
is supposed to be. The girl is here, right?
Do you need a caller hex or?
you were given a unit number for her where she's
Yeah.
located in the university
Are
Oh.
we?
student
Is
housing.
Are we at 19th and
unit?
Asimov right now?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're outside basically
they're
the
outside the
college.
student housing, serving
So-
burgers to NC University
So-
students as they
so can
they
I-
make their
so-
way to
so-
class.
I will hand it over to Nova, and I will say to Hex, we should actually get the girl. If you need me to make sure she trusts us, I can be there for that.
All right. Sure.
Why
So-
don't you two go get the girl? Me and
Yeah.
Nova will check the van out.
Oh, what's the matter? You think your mask is a little creepy?
That's not really my concern.
Yeah, Rev and I will check out the van.
Yeah, we'll go.
Nova winks.
I'll look at Hex, and it's really nice actually being sober. Like, I remember a lot of things I could do before. Flipping burgers, I don't think was one of them, but maybe.
Well, you're edge running now, so you're gonna find out that you have a bunch of new skills.
Right. Let's go to
Let's
the
go
door.
get this kid.
And I'll. Is there a doorbell that I can ring?
Well, they're like units.
Yeah,
Like
so
a
as you guys
student-
make your way through, you do find the unit. There
no.
is a doorbell. There's
Or ring the doorbell.
as you ring the doorbell, you hear something topple over, a yelp, shuffling, and then hello, who's out there? Hi, you guys are the ones sent by Bruce, right? No, wait, I shouldn't say that. You could be anybody. You're supposed to ask for the password.
Listen,
I know how I'm supposed to do this. No, wait.
Our
Calm
friends,
down.
not food.
Down.
Wait, did you guys know the password? Can you give me the password?
Fish are friends, not food.
Okay, good. So then, you're the right people, and I'm supposed to open the door, and this whole thing is going down. Yeah, start the mission. Get everything.
You wouldn't have actually known the password.
Oh, sorry, didn't.
I would have known
We've
the
been
password.
exchanging information out.
Okay. So she opens the door. Hi, my name's Dare. I'm a netrunner. I kind of hang out here. I'm friends with my roommate, Lunacy. It's nice to meet you. Hopefully you guys know the password because you're actually the people that are supposed to come here and not, having killed Bruce or anything like that. Of course, if you did kill Bruce, please say that you're not actually here to kill me. Right?
We're not here to kill you, but we did not kill Bruce.
And honestly, even if we had killed Bruce with that introduction, you're way too adorable and innocent to kill. So, that's not a thing.
Well, right, you're edge runners. I've always wanted to be an edge runner, right? Working on the edge, doing dangerous stuff, running with the crew, and taking on adventures. That's why I kind of dived into this whole thing and dug out the information. But it's really sensitive information, and I was told that if someone of the wrong people find out, then it could end up killing me.
Hey, I try to put a hand on her shoulder and just say, I don't know what check this, but hey, trust me, we will make this work out for you, okay? We've been hired to, but also you seem like a good kid, and I don't want this to come back to bite you in any way, shape, or form. So,
yeah, that fixer did seem like the type that would bite.
Yeah, hence the shark teeth, right? I'm hoping that none of that happens. So.
Oh my god, right? If those bit into you, the flesh would tear and it'd be like this whole mess in the air and they'd spray everywhere.
I know, right? And the practicalities of it are just horrifying to think about because if they really do rip into you, then you have to replace at least part of the limb, usually with cyber, but it could be with flesh. And how does that work out?
Right, and then you'd have to get all the nerves reconnected, and there'd be all the surgery costs and the insurance costs.
You really can't get the nerves reconnected because, like if they've been ripped out by that sort of thing, you're just missing it. They will just say do it with cyber, and they can't do that, so they're gonna cut it off and then put a clone leg back in. But if they do that, is it really the clone leg, or is it actually just a leg that looks kind of like your leg? How would you ever know? How would you know? Right?
Maybe that's what cyberpsychosis comes from. Is you stop being you.
Yeah, exactly, right? They could just put a cyber leg but tell you it's a real leg and you would never know unless you actually checked, but you might still not know because who knows what
from the other room you hear shut up, God dare. As walking out of the room, the guitarist for Smeg and the Heads comes walking out. Lunacy throws a pillow at Dare. She goes, ah!
Sorry, I'm sorry. That was my fault. We got carried away. I got carried away. I do that a lot. Dare.
Everyone says that I talk way too much and that I talk way too fast and that it just keeps on going. But I get so nervous and excited because of all the things that I want to do. And I think like a computer, right? All of the switches, everything starts going and you start getting all the information and processing it all together. And then you start making connections and realizing new information.
I don't know what check I can make here, Frosty, but I'm going to be like, hey, listen. Is this persuasion? Is it credibility? I don't know. I get it. I've been there. I am help you. And you can live out your dream in the way you want to, but also not be hurt by it. And that's why we're here.
You guys are going to help me be an edge runner?
I'm going to help you do something great and then not be an edge runner afterwards.
But the whole point of this is to get into edge running, to have that adventure, and to make a difference in the world.
Well, hey, listen.
Right? That's what edge runners do. We fight the good fight and take down the corporations and rebel against the system and damn the man.
I really like this person. If you prove capable, right, maybe we can call on you. But now,
I got all of this, right? Look, come here. You should see it. Wait, no. Should I show you it? Am I not supposed to show you? I think I'm supposed to save it.
This is part of the thing, right? You shouldn't just, and I've learned this recently, which is why I can sympathize with you, and I'm telling the truth, you can't just give all the information, what can I Sherlock about her, Frosty, just to prove to her that I know what I'm doing?
So, make an awareness notice, but as you guys look, she's got, pull up her picture.
25.
So she has down to about mid-neck length straight purple hair. She has big round glasses, a cute round face. She's wearing a Edge Runner style leather jacket with a big collar with blue and purplish neon lights around. She's got little earrings that hang down to what look like little power buttons that are on and have like a neon glow around them. She's got sort of bright green eyes and a
Sorry,
coy
that was the
smile.
wrong
She looks
awareness check.
maybe
I should
18.
remake that.
If you guys like, you can all go. I'll pop a picture of her up.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't remake that check, Frosty. I made the wrong one. 27. Not that big a difference, but still a bit of a difference. So, okay. I'm just so yeah. What random observations could I get from just looking her over?
She's young. She's definitely a student. You can see the net
Any
running plugs
smell
in her.
with my olfactory.
She smells like energy drinks and incense.
Very
You can see the piles of old cans around the student room, along with piles of pizza. There's a really nice Netrunner rig set up with a whole bunch of monitors. You can see some plugs and a few buckets of ice water that has melted near where she would put her feet. She is in a skin-tight sort of bodysuit with loose jean pants and has the jacket on over it. But looking at her, the thing that you notice most is I actually need a wardrobe and style check with what she's wearing.
Would I be able to make that too, or?
Sure.
Okay.
18.
You could call this poser fashion, but it's not poser like she's trying to imitate anything in particular, but it looks like she's trying to look like a badass punk edge runner.
And she isn't one. Yeah, I got it.
And she, like the whole thing, her whole
sort of-
setup, her whole demeanor screams inexperience.
I kneel down in front of you.
What you do also notice is several awards for technology and information. Like, she's always been skilled in programming and net running. It looks like she was most likely given a sponsorship, like looking around the room, things that you notice. The other thing that you're noticing is the place is trashed. Neither her or her roommate seem to give a shit.
Right. No, I've got it. And I say, so I'll look at her and I'll sort of like, listen. I can say this to you because I know you, because I kind of am you. I see in you that same kind of obsessive-compulsive nature. You have the trashed apartment, but your rig is clean. Just like in my place, my files are clean, and yet the rest of it is shit. I know that you have the capacity, if you want to be a great net runner or a great edge runner. Having said that, simply trying to play pretend isn't it, right? I've never been there, even. I do see that you have a mind that moves faster than your mouth can cope with, and at the same time, you're addicted to energy drinks. Not to mention the fact that, well, you're young. Like, if you want to make a life for yourself as a net runner or something else, you can probably do that without edge running. Having said that, right now, our job isn't to coach you in your life, it's to protect you. So, if you can at least believe.
Oh my god, are you psychic?
Some people have told me that.
Wow. Do you have like ESP? Can you move things with your mind? Because I heard that when you get really hyper observant and get all this information, it just floods in and you start picking up on things and understanding like the supernatural way of the world, and there's extra like brain development that happens.
Unfortunately,
and they've been doing all of these experiments with people on things with like transhumanism.
It does stop at comprehension and understanding, but what I comprehend about you is that you are aware you are somebody with an immense amount of talent, and you want to use that for a good reason, and you are struggling to find exactly why, and you are moving to edge running, but edge running is dangerous, and unless you are desperate, and with those awards on your wall, and the fact that you can afford this place, and you can still have fun with this rig does not mean you're desperate, right? If you are
No,
desperate,
you don't become an
perhaps-
edge runner because you're desperate. You become an edge runner to make a difference.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah. Right? It's like all the great heroes, like Johnny Silverhand, right? He saw the atrocities in South America, and now he's totally, like, fighting for the new system and take down the corporations and damn the man, right? And he has a voice and power. He's not desperate.
Yeah,
He's
but-
strong, right?
can I-
All the fixers that are out there, like Bruce, that she's terrified, but she's not desperate. She's making a difference in fighting and trying to, like, wheel and deal and do crazy shit around the city, right? So edge runners are like the hardcore punks from the old days, the revolutionaries, the Che Guevaras, right? And this is like all part of the interview for the team, right? Because you guys, like I meet you guys and we bond and we connect and we go on a dangerous mission and we sell all this information and then we're hardcore badasses that go on adventures together and you've got an awesome netrunner friend, right?
Hey,
Like, this is my first mission.
we do need a net runner. I'm not gonna lie. Having said that, if your goal is to make a difference, how old are you?
18?
Okay. So I'm only 24, but can I say, in the time between 16 and 24, I've learned something. If you make a difference in Night City, the difference is which asshole is in charge. That's about it. You can have a better asshole or a worse asshole. You can have one who owes you a favor or not.
Make a
There
persuasion fast talk.
I feel like he's telling the truth here, but sure, I'll do that. I'm not trying to crush her spirit, by the way. I'm just trying to tell her, like, this
You
idealism
should
is going to
just
get her killed.
Crush her.
24.
She kind of looks at you and you see her face go slack. But what about all the stories and
Hey,
adventures and
Hey, there
People-
are adventures. There
like-
are stories.
Johnny Silverhand and Vector and Alt and
Listen, and I again, I'll
Morgan Blackhand and Nomad Santiago.
and I'll actually kneel down at this point. Like, I know she's taller than me. That doesn't mean I'm like, hey, listen, like, okay, you can make differences, but they're in your own life. Do what is best for you. Right now, by working with us, you are doing that. You are trying to get money from the data that you have. If afterwards you think what is doing best for you is edge running, and you are good at this job, then you can contact us.
Oh, I'm not getting any money for it.
I raise an eyebrow.
Oh
Then
no!
you are way
I
more
said
like me
I
than
contacted
think.
a fixer because I was like, "Hey, I got this badass information that I really want to get out there." And she totally talked to me, and we were going back and forth. And she said that the information was really valuable, and that it would make a big
Bart,
difference, and that she could arrange a whole thing to sell it, and it'd be really great.
And that's exactly what we're doing and why we're here. Are you ready to go, kid?
Yeah.
Oh my god! And I look at Hex as she's like, yeah, and it's like, God, it's another me. And
Yeah, why do you think I told I texted Reverend and told him he better bring earplugs because now there's fucking two of you.
yeah, Frosty, I do feel like Bard and her would just chat a lot randomly about random shit, like, you know.
So you guys all get back to the van.
Real quick, can I say something?
Yeah.
As they're leaving, Rev would tell Nova, since you were drunk most of the time and you didn't really get to hear it, I will tell you this. Bard, he's a little different, very analytical, just keeps talking. But thankfully, there's only one of him in this world. So,
One. That's good.
yeah.
He did do that weird thing where he like knew something about my past. It was weird.
The cute girl pops her head in the van. Hi, I'm Dare. It's nice to meet you. Hi, it's wonderful to be here. You guys are a whole part of the edge running crew,
Hi,
right?
I'm
Oh,
Barney.
wait,
I'm
is this
Barney.
like a
Nice to
secret
meet you.
operation with the burger van? Like everything's hidden and you've got explosives and weapons everywhere?
Okay.
As she pops her head in, Revan just slowly, oh no.
I say, okay.
No.
I
calm
told
down
ya.
here,
I told
here.
ya, now
And
there's two of them.
So you know what I'm gonna
Get
do?
ready
I'm
for
gonna
it.
pull out like a backgammon board or something like that, right? Like just try to keep her occupied with mental games. Like here,
You
move
made
here,
a
move here.
backgammon board out of burgers and patties.
Exactly, right? Like
I grab Rev by the shoulder and I look him in the face mask and I say, we have to watch her for a week.
Does she have to be conscious for a week?
Oh,
I
you know
love how you
Bard's gonna
think.
learn so much about cybernetics in this week.
What was in that thing you had last night, Nova?
Oh,
Reverend,
by the
this
way,
goes-
Nova, just to do this I'll hand over Marlowe. If whenever we're in the place, you want to actually toy with it. I trust you to.
She grabs it and is like starts doing
said
like.
Nova, I said
I thought you
Nova.
said. I
Yeah.
thought you said.
No, that's my gun. My gun's name is Marlowe, because Philip Marlowe.
Yeah, I'll take it. Are we ready to head out?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
head out. Big adventure.
I'll-
Yes, let's go. Hi, I'm
Hex,
Dare. By the
can
way,
you-
it's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Grab a seat, kid.
I'll
Hex,
shut
can you give
the
Nova the directions?
I'll shut the hood to the van. I've been tinkering around in there, just looking at it. And I'll go. I got the key, so I'll start it up.
All
Perfect.
right. As
Bruce
you
kind of gave us like a general direction. Yeah.
make a drive check as you try and head down into the combat zone.
And as we're
Okay.
driving, Rev is just looking at his phone. Oh, I got a text from Calpe. Anyone else get a text from him?
Yeah,
I
I
did
did.
too.
He called me Cousin Poe. I think because he thinks I'm Edgar Allan Poe.
He
That
called
makes
me
sense for
Hexy
you.
Lady.
My
You are
luck, this is
kind of
contact.
hexy, to be perfectly honest. So
I will take that as a compliment.
it is because I assume he meant it to be a derivative of sexy, so hexy. So I was just stating an observation.
Oh wow, that's
You are.
really clever.
Anyways.
Oh
he was
wait,
a
does
good
that mean that your
guy.
name's Hex? Hi Hex, hi. It's nice to it's nice to actually finally get your name. I didn't get to get introduced to you when we were talking because I was busy talking to this guy. Although I don't think he said his name either. I haven't gotten everybody's name.
I'm Bard actually. Will Leonis, but Bard is my yeah. I'm Bard. Sorry, I feel like I know you enough that I should just tell you my actual name.
Bard, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Too late. Already done.
I know that you're well read, Bard. So you of course know the fairies in Midsummer Night's Dream guard their real names, right?
Yeah, but I'm not a fairy.
Well, start thinking like one.
No, but
Okay.
just sort of.
Don't.
And she
Don't
like looks
tell me
around.
that.
I guess I'm gonna have to find some mortals to drink the dreams from, because otherwise
God
I'm
damn.
gonna wither and
think
die.
tricky. Think fucking sneaky. God damn it.
Okay.
Guard
okay,
your
fine.
secrets.
I turned to her. I'm lying. My name wasn't actually Willie on this. Just Bard is fine. I was making up a random name on the spot. Sorry. We were told to do that.
I got a 17 on my driving check. Can you hear us?
All right, sorry about that, everyone. A little bit of technical difficulties with my new earbuds. They are driving me crazy, but I wanted to try them for the stream. If everyone else could chime in, just so I know that the stream audio is working.
Hello,
Check
hello, hello,
one.
hello.
Hello, hello.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear out there in the audience. If you guys are unable to hear anyone, please chime in, let us know. Sorry about the technical issues, happen sometimes. But we left off, you guys were talking, and Andrew, you were making a drive check.
Yeah, I got a 17.
That's pretty good for driving through the city in combat zone. I, however, do need someone, we'll say Nova, to roll a luck check. That is a \R space 1d10 with an exclamation, and tell me if it is above or below your luck.
1d10 with an exclamation point, huh?
Yeah.
That is 8. And that is below my luck.
All right, so you managed to avoid all of the random gunfire and explosions in the combat zone.
Oh, nice.
Driving around, avoiding any shots, everything going pretty well. It's just like you turn a corner and a missile flies by behind the van.
Also,
I-
I feel like Nova doesn't drive. Just
No. Yeah. Well, so this
Dude. He's a dude.
Oh God.
One of my
We
mom's friends once gave her a compliment, and it went something like this: "Oh my God, you're an amazing driver. You got out of all of those accidents you caused back there."
Pretty
And
much, pretty much.
Seems appropriate.
I imagine too we've gotta have like chromatic rock on.
yeah,
Some neon
probably.
pulse.
Like, what is this station? God,
Ume's in the
Rev,
back
deal with this.
singing.
Come on, I can't drive to this music. I'm guessing Rev is my co-pilot.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm sure Ume would be like stepping up, changing the
Yeah,
station,
maybe she is.
in
Yeah.
charge of music.
As you guys get to the old dilapidated building, there are the address that you were given to her safe house is on the 32nd floor of a 50-story high-rise in the combat zone.
Does it have an elevator?
It does. There are elevators.
I guess we go up then.
As you take the elevators up and get off of the elevators on the floor, you see to the north there are several laser tripwires set up going along the hall. The place that you are looking for is in the southeast, north wing.
I can't see anything.
Yeah,
Let me
Frosty
put
is
you
all
guys on
black,
the map.
literally.
Yeah. Any bloodstains in the elevator while we're going up?
There are.
Of course.
My computer is lagging.
Still don't see anything, yeah.
I'm having some technical issues. Everything is crashing and not responding.
Yeah, I think roll 20's hitting the can right now. Because mine... Oh, there it goes. I loaded. I see Bard on the map. There's Hex.
Well, I just tried to put my token on to make sure that I wasn't just bugging out, so...
I just refreshed, so
And there's Nova.
Sorry, Roll20 is giving me a little bit of trouble.
Do you want to just describe?
Yeah, it's a long hall. There are several apartment buildings all lined up. The whole place looks abandoned. Looks like a lot of squatters and spray paint have covered the area. It's got a main central sort of cross corridor. It's fairly wide building with stone tile work that doesn't look like it was quite finished around the elevators, but real wood around the others. Taking a look around, the place is pretty much entirely abandoned. On this level, you don't see anybody. You did see that other levels looked occupied and had people in them. The place that you guys are heading to, taking a look around, has sort of an odd angled living room that leads out and has a balcony that overlooks Night City.
Okay, now I can see the map. Yeah. Excellent. Are the lasers in the way of getting there? Or
No, they stop you going north, and the place you're going to is southeast. And it's along the far end of the hall. There is a small private service elevator that leads to it, and there's stairs just to the west. As you enter in through the main door, you can see that there's several couches and chairs set up, TVs. There's a small back room. There's a pizza waiting for you on the bar kitchen counter.
Aw, Bruce is so thoughtful.
Looks at this point like it might be like an hour old, maybe two.
Gotcha.
not quite warm anymore, but not completely dried out. There's a bedroom at the back with a small desk and a large queen size bed. There is a bathroom at the far back of the room, and there is a couch out on the balcony.
Nice.
There's some cards set up on a small table out front.
All right. Looks like this is where we're gonna be for the next week.
Yeah, I'll do a sweep to make sure there's nothing dangerous here. But yeah.
Look,
Like
Bard
what?
and Reverend sweeping the apartment while the other three just chill. Seems appropriate.
Yeah. Also, I cannot access Roll20 right now. It's really shutting me out. So.
Let me try something.
Oh, now I'm in. Now I'm in. I don't know what you did, but yeah. So I'll go and look around and. All right, excellent. So we're
There we
here.
go.
Fog of War always messes Roll20 up.
I will pull out some books, lay them out on this table so that I can have access to them.
Trying to fix the
Nova already has my
streams.
gun, so I will just call Dare over and say, hey, you wanna learn some more things, and I'll open the forensics book and start moving through it. But that's about what I would set up there.
Just reloading in for the viewers. But yeah, make awareness notice checks as you guys, as Reverend and Bard kind of explore the area.
Okay. 26.
And 22.
So both of you guys take a look. There is a drop ceiling with ventilation in it. The walls do go up, but the ventilation does spread throughout apartments where there was going to be like central air and other sources to keep the place, ventilated and oxygenated. Doesn't look like anyone's really been here for a while.
So it looks safe, basically.
Yeah. The walls are made of wood and plaster and drywall with steel support beams. So they'll provide some. In a firefight, they'd provide, 10 SDP of cover. Nice and tiled, looks pretty clean. Especially this particular apartment looks relatively clean, especially compared to the others that you kind of peek into that look trashed and pissed in and squatted in. It doesn't look like anyone has squatted anywhere in this floor. And this is where Brucey said that the meet is going to happen. She's going to arrange for everyone to meet in this apartment.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Got you.
All right.
So
She
if we
said it would
wanna-
probably take a week because she's arranging. She's not going to get. What she told Hex was that she wouldn't give anybody the location until the night of the meeting, but she's got to get everybody available to meet at the time. Right. So that takes time to coordinate.
So yeah, I'll
So she set it up as a mass meeting with
Yeah.
a bunch of different groups.
I will hand Nova Marlowe and say have fun, as I also give her a slice of pizza because I'm assuming she's hungry, even though we've had burgers.
But yeah, as you guys know, basically what's going to happen is in about a week, that at night, all the buyers, all the interested buyers are going to show up. And basically try and convince you to sell them the information
Yeah.
exclusively. Stair chimes in. Isn't this exciting? This place is so awesome. I've never been to the combat zone. Have any of you ever been to the combat zone? I hear it's really dangerous, but we didn't run into any danger. I mean, wasn't there a missile or something that went off around the back when we were driving? But
Are
it
you
didn't
gonna
hit us
be
because we had
okay
a great driver.
without your stimulant drinks?
Oh no, I forgot them. Someone has to go get my Mississippis. They're the only thing that I can live off of. Like,
Hey,
He'll just shake
okay,
his
head.
okay, I'm gonna go over to her and like, hey, look, I thought that booze was the only thing I could live off of for a
no,
bit, and
you
it
don't
turns out I'm
understand.
fine.
Like, then my brain will operate really slow.
Hey, listen, I'm not in Mississippi, and my brain operates fast enough to keep pace with you. So, like,
I want them.
I know you
Someone
do.
can make a run to go get them, right?
Not really, given the
No.
combat zone is very dangerous. And listen to me. And I like, you are, based on everything I've seen of you in the past couple of hours, you're a very smart person. You don't need drugs to make you smarter. Right? Like,
So we have to call it there for this evening.
No.
So thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Merry Christmas, and we will see you all next week. So for now, everyone, say goodnight, Dare.
night there.
Night.
Night
There.
there.
Go to fuck sleep there.